BTPM's Friday Night Lights, in partnership with Section 6, is presented by Villa Maria College, advancing educational opportunity for all of Western New York. Friday Night Lights is supported by our members and by the WNED Foundation Incorporated. Mr. Goodbar, your headquarters for watching away games on Elmwood Avenue. Denny's, America's Diner, is always open. Brighton Liquor and Wine, 930 Brighton Road in Tonawanda. And by SEI. More information at seic.com.
Hello friends, Jack Kreuzer and Jim Monis with you for BTPM's Friday Night Lights, presented by Villa Maria College. Week 4 brings us to Randolph, New York for a battle of 3-0 teams in Class D between the Cardinals and the Newfane Panthers.
And we have two contrasting styles tonight, one passing, one rushing, but both teams know how to win.
This is Newfane's first year in Class D this season, moving down from Class C, where they won their division a year ago. So far in Class D, they're 2-0 with wins overall against Barker Royhart, Franklinville, Ellicottville, and Cat Little Valley last week.
And so far, Newfane cannot stop scoring points. They're scoring points at a video game-like status, which is hard to sustain all year. Randolph's going to have to find a way to slow them down.
Chuck Nagel has been the head coach at Newfane for 14 seasons now, and he told us earlier this week that their recent success is due to the commitment from the coaching staff to constantly learn.
I learned that you got to keep learning. You know, I often think back to my first year and how simple we were, things that we could have done differently and just didn't know any better. But, you know, we're big clinic guys. We go to the state clinic every year. We go to area local clinics. If the Bills host a clinic, we try to get up there and some good smaller colleges. And we just want to learn. We want to learn new things every year to bring back to the table, because our team changes every year. Our personnel graduates. We get new kids coming in. I mean, the offense got to look a little bit different, you know, to adapt to that style of player. So, you know, we're always looking to get better and keep filling our brain with the newest things. So
our spotlight players tonight for the Newfane Panthers are their senior wide receiver, defensive back Isaiah Gerstung, junior wide receiver linebacker Jake Morello, and their senior quarterback and safety Mac Capon.
And Capon's going to beat you however which way he can. Legs, arm, and don't ever think he's not going to hit you on defense too.
The Randolph Cardinals this season have a new head coach, and with that, a new offensive approach, fighting their way to close victories over Falconer, Allegheny Limestone, and Silver Creek so far.
And what's interesting about Randolph's offense, all three players, quarterback and two running backs in the backfield, can score, and you have to prepare for all three.
Randolph's new head coach, Nate Armello, was the defensive coordinator for the last 12 seasons, now the man in charge, just the third head coach since 1978 in Randolph. Despite some changes, Nate Armello says the Randolph Cardinals' identity has not changed.
Things are changing. You know, defensively, the scheme's a little different. Offense might look a little different, but at the end of the day, it's still Randolph football, and we want to play fast and we want to play physical.
Our spotlight players for Randolph tonight are their junior running back, defensive back Alex Garland, senior quarterback and safety Jackson Morrison, and their starting running back and linebacker Kevin McElwain.
And McElwain has done a good job of not only gaining yards with his legs, but he finishes in the end zone. He's getting 5 yards a carry, but what I like most, he's scoring touchdowns.
Our team objectives tonight, first for Newfane. Number 1, in Mac we trust.
He's proven he can beat you with his legs and with his arm.
Number 2, defensive line test.
Whenever you play a team that two running backs get the majority of the carries, the D-line has to be strong.
Third key for Newfane, force predictable passes.
When you know a team's throwing, you can rush the quarterback and create that turnover.
On the flip side, for Randolph, their keys, number 1, ball control.
Just keep feeding the ball and keep it out of Newfane's hands.
Objective number 2, create turnovers.
Always, but that's how you can flip a game against a high-scoring offense.
And number 3 for the Cardinals, hit on shots.
That's how you break a other team's will. That big play can change the game.
Coming up, the Class D clash between undefeated Randolph and Newfane. After this, on Friday Night Lights, presented by Villa Maria College.
Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu.
You couldn't ask for a better night in late September. 66 degrees for kickoff at Raymond Van Wee Field in Randolph, New York. Welcome to Randolph. It's about an hour-and-a-half drive from the city of Buffalo. All country roads lead to Randolph in the Southern Tier, it seems. Jim, we've got quite a matchup tonight. Teams are ready to go. It's Randolph in the tops and bottoms in red beneath their white helmet. Newfane in their traveling white uniforms with blue pants beneath their silver helmets. It'll be Newfane who won the coin toss. They elect to defer, and they will kick off with their do-it-all captain, McKay. Ball teed up at the Newfane 40, just to the right of the R in red at center of the field. We're ready for week 4 on Friday Night Lights, and it's a squib kick from Capon to the far sideline, out of bounds at the 33-yard line. Randolph will take possession with their senior quarterback, Jackson Morrison. Third year starting for number 7 in red. His first year with head coach Nate Armella, and Jim Morrison is throwing a lot more this year than he was in years past.
Which, by design, that's not how I thought their offense was going to look. But right now, that's what they're getting the most out of. And they need tonight, anytime they can get a big shot through the air is going to be huge for them to balance the high-powered scoring offense of Newfane.
Randolph will take the ball at their own 38-yard line, moving left to right across your radio dial. Far hash is where the Cardinals will start. The smell of hot dogs off the grill in the air in Randolph tonight at the concession stand to our right. 1st and 10 at the 38. Pressure coming from Newfane as they send 5 at the line. It's a handoff up the right side for Alex Garland. The junior gets a couple of yards. The Randolph offense is pretty spread out. A couple of seniors, 3 juniors, a sophomore in the left guard, Easton Pence, and 2 freshmen as well, including their wide receiver, number 87, Grady Huntington, in the starting lineup in red. Cardinals dealing with some injury. A new left tackle this week. Junior Hayden Breyer is the starting left tackle, number 62. 2nd down, 7 to go at the 41-yard line on the left hash. I formation with Morrison under center. Takes the snap, handoff left side. McElwain is met at the line of scrimmage, taken down as Newfane gets a stop on 2nd and long. Let's take a look at the Newfane starting defense on BTPM Create. Your starters for Newfane pretty senior heavy, with 4 juniors at linebacker and defensive end.
Jack, I like what Newfane's doing. Its first couple plays, they're kind of mixing up. It's not necessarily a blitz. They're actually walking one of their linebackers up almost like a nose tackle just to clutter things up inside. So when you're going I and you're trying to give a dive, that's why there was nothing there. And this is what we talked about, putting Newfane in a 3rd and long. Force and predictable.
3rd down, 6 to go for Randolph. Fake of the give for McElwain. Roll to the right under pressure. Morrison throws it out of bounds on the near side as he was shoved after the toss. No flags. It'll be 4th down and long for Randolph.
Disappointing. All 3 players were open on a flood route concept. He had to put a little touch on that to get it to the tight end, Conley. It was there. Tough throw, not easy.
Fourth down, 6 to go for Randolph at their own 42-yard line. Morrison, the punter, backs up to his own 30 on the far hash. Very little movement for Randolph on their first drive, just 4 yards, all on the ground. Morrison's punt, a great one. High in the air, fielded at the 27 by Newfane's returner. And he is tackled immediately, taken down at the 28. And that is Jake Morello, one of our spotlight players for Newfane, making a play on special teams already, who has the return to about the 28-yard line. 1st down and 10 for the Panthers and their starting quarterback, McKay. 6'4", 210, and he starts in shotgun with Camlo Flowers on his left hip. Capon, 6 touchdowns rushing this season. It's a give. Right side. Capon keeps it rather. Run up the right side. At the sideline, he cuts up field. At the far numbers, he's out of bounds at around the 38-yard line. Gain of about 9 on first down for Capon with his legs. The Newfane offense. One senior is a 3-year starter, Colin Doxey at left tackle. The rest are either in their second year starting, just one sophomore on this offense for Newfane as well. That's the left guard, Caden Vendetta. First year in Class D for Newfane, looking to make a statement early. Both teams 3-0. Second down, 1 to go at the 38 for the Panthers. Fake of the give. Capon keeps it. Right side, gets past the first wave, bowls over his own blocker, and then runs out of bounds across midfield. A big gain of about 20 for the Newfane Panthers, out of bounds at the Randolph 44. First down, Newfane.
First 2 plays, design runs to Capon. Get his legs hot early. Now, if you're Randolph right now, you're completely concerned. You have to find a way. They are obviously, their game plan is letting Capon get this thing established. He can't get 10 yards of carry right now. You got to slow Capon down. But I'm telling you, you could take a shot deep if you're Newfane right now, starting the game off with those 2 runs as a quarterback.
First down and 10 at the 44. Capon in the gun. 2 receivers on the right. Fake of the give. Run up the right side again. Capon spins away from one tackler at the 35. Gets across the 30 where he's met by 5 Cardinals. Down at the 29-yard line. It's another gain of 15 for Capon on the ground, but a flag tossed back at the line of scrimmage, and a hold against the Newfane Panthers will bring this back.
Randolph's defense has to take a breath. That flag was huge. You have to find a way right now to slow them down. That's 3 straight plays designed for Capon. That was like a quarterback power ISO. They are not afraid. They know they can win up front right now, is how they feel if they're doing quarterback design runs.
Newfane under head coach Chuck Nagel in his 14th season. This is their first year in Class D. For about a decade of the 14 years that Nagel has been at the helm, they were playing up in Class B with much larger schools. Last year, they were the top seed in Class C North, lost in the first round of the playoffs in Class C to Portville. This year down in Class D, and they've got sectional aspirations for good reason. First down and 16 after the penalty against Newfane from their own 49. It's a keeper on the left side. Capon gets to the edge, turns upfield with a blocker across the 40 to the 35. He's out of bounds. Capon gets the penalty yardage right back to bring up second down and 5.
The tailback, number 7, Camlo Flowers, great job on a design sweep, seals off the edge, and Capon does a great job of showing patience and setting up the block and played right off it down the sideline. Beautiful run by Capon. He is a natural running the football. Sees his block, sets him up, gains extra yards. They wiped out the penalty. This offense is clicking.
Objective number 1 has been tremendous so far. In Mac we trust.
They're not hiding them.
Capon in the gun. 2 receivers on the right side, lined up on the left hash. Capon takes a low snap, pressure coming, throws over the middle, a wobbly pass. May have been deflected, incomplete over the middle to bring up 3rd and 5.
Nice deflection because all 3 routes were open. You had a deep route that he could have taken a shot on, a slant and a flat, a nice concept that confused their defense. Everybody was open, nice tip. He does have that low release, Jack. We saw in warm-ups, we noticed the elbow's a little low for a tall quarterback.
Hunter Foster came off the edge wearing number 54 in red, forcing the pass. 3rd down, 5 to go at the 39. Coach Nagel taking his time relaying the play call here. After forcing a punt on defense the first drive of the game, Newfane's offense looking to move the sticks. 3rd down and 5 from the 39 on the left hash. Capon in the gun, takes the snap, drops back to pass, evades the rush, takes off to the right side, looking to throw, throws it on the run, and it's caught by his receiver downfield, and a cut to the near side at the 15. 1 defender to beat, touchdown! Newfane strikes first, Isaiah Gerstung. 39 yards through the air. The Panthers are on top.
The big play wide out, averaging 20 yards a catch on the year. Little scramble drill. He finds the open window. Great job by Capon. Hits him in the chest. Run after the catch, touchdown. Shows his speed, runs away from defenders. Gerstung is a big play threat.
9:14 to go in the first quarter, and Newfane lines up for the swinging gate formation with the offensive line and a few others on the left side. Capon at the 10-yard line. The ball never snapped, and a flag flies as Capon clapped his hands. Then the offensive line was moving back to the middle, and it's an offside against Randolph as they got by that clap.
You ever watch The Wire?
I actually haven't.
God is on there a little bit.
Maybe I'm just meant to be in Chicago.
Baltimore.
Well.
That's okay. You didn't watch. You said you didn't watch The Wire, so you said
okay.
You're okay. You're okay. That's a touchy. Chicago and Baltimore, very different places.
Yeah, they don't like each other. 9:14 to go in the first quarter. Now Newfane goes for a more traditional two-point conversion at the 2-yard line. Capon handoff up the middle, and the 2-point conversion is converted.
Once again, why not? You're gashing them running the ball, gashing them through the air. Complete mismatch right now offensively against their defense. Capon's in complete control, and you know they're after my heart. Any team that doesn't kick extra points and goes for 2, sign me up.
Tristan Smith, the senior running back, with the 2-point conversion on the ground for Newfane. Mac Capon connects with Isaiah Gerstung. 2 captains strike for Newfane, who take an 8-0 lead. 9:14 to go in the opening quarter in Randolph between these 2 undefeated teams in Class D.
Gerstung caught that touchdown. I mean, he wasn't on the move. He kind of caught it in the window, and then he just ran away from defenders. Really, Randolph's whole team, they were not closing in. That's always a sign. You see somebody run away. That's get him the ball more.
Set for the Denny's kickoff, brought to you by Denny's. America's Diner is always open. Capon to boot it from his own 40, right to left across your radio dial on BTPM NPR. A high kick, tipped at the 30 by Randolph. Grady Huntington, the freshman, tried to catch it, knocked it down to the turf, then fell on it right at the 30-yard line where the Cardinal offense will take the field.
Hard to think with 9 minutes to go in the first quarter that a drive can be kind of a big drive. But the way Newfane wasn't slowed down at all, Randolph needs to at least take some time off a clock, couple first downs. Obviously, you want to get points every drive. No field goals. Field goals aren't going to matter in this game. Get them out of your mind. Get the ball in the end zone. But at the least, you have to put some type of drive together.
Newfane 8, Randolph 0, your score brought to you by Mr. Goodbar, your home for away games on Elmwood Avenue. 1st and 10 for Randolph, second drive of the day after a punt on their first at their own 30-yard line on the far hash. Morrison under center, fakes the give up the middle, stumbles as he pitches it to his right, and McElwain is taken down. Well behind the line of scrimmage, guess who? Mac Capon comes up to blow up the play, a loss of 3.
Jackknife position is what he is. Tight end, quarterback, safety, playmaker, kicker, hitter. Football player, shows up everywhere. It's funny he showed up that early to make that play from where he stands on defense. Tells you he read the keys. They were trying to string out that option. This is tough right now for Randolph.
First tackle for loss on the season for Mac Capon. Just 9 tackles this year, but as you see on his highlight reel that we'll show you at halftime, those 9 tackles are all with a boom underscoring it. Second down and 12 from the 28. It's a handoff up the right side for Alex Garland. And the second running back for Randolph gets about 8 yards there to bring up third down and manageable at the 36. Crucial to pick up here for the Cardinals.
Yeah, I like the way Garland hit that vertically. He just went up the field, slithered a little bit with his hips, had nice gain, extra couple yards just with good vision and a feel.
4 minutes into play from Randolph, New York. The sky above in baby blue with a faded white cloud shield over the top. Beautiful night in the southern tier. Randolph facing third down and 4 from their own 36 on the left hash. The Cardinals peek their wristbands at wide receiver on their left wrist. 3rd and 4. Morrison takes the belt high snap in the gun, jukes to the left side, then is met at the line of scrimmage as he tried to cut to the right. Colin Doxey, the 3-year starting defensive end, blows up the play at the line of scrimmage.
Big time play by Doxey, right on the, like you said, no extra yards, tackle down right away. That's good football, strong football. Now what do we do, Jack? 4th down.
Newfane punted on their first drive, and Morrison is lined up to punt again.
Well, I would consider, depending on what happens after this drive, the punting thing may have to stop. You have not shown any ability to get a 1st down, and you've shown no ability to stop Newfane right now. This is risky business.
Morrison, though, has one of the best legs in Western New York. A great punt that will not be touched. Oh, now scooped up at the 35 by Newfane, just as the Panthers looked like they were going to let it be downed. Scooped up at the last second by Morello for no gain. At the 35-yard line, the Panther offense looks to add on to their 8-0 lead. Earlier this week, Mac Capon told us that last year's team was quite successful for the Panthers. He told us that this team's a little different this season.
It's it. Everyone's locked in. We're dedicated. We just want to win. I mean, that's the main goal. Just got to win the games, and we're ready. So.
Capon last year upset that his team got bounced in the first round of the playoffs, looking to make a statement tonight in a 3-0 battle. Handoff right side, up the middle. Flowers spins off a tackler at the 45, dives ahead to the 50. A gain of 14 for Newfane on their first play of the drive. It's a 1st down as the Panthers march up toward midfield.
And this Flowers had a nice season, 6 yards a carry on the year, 2 touchdowns. I told you, I mentioned how I liked the way he blocked earlier for Capon. Get a little love, get the ball. He showed vision, patience, explosion. They have weapons at every position right now. This is a very, very locked and loaded offense.
A flag thrown at the end of the run, right at the 50-yard line, is a personal foul against Randolph. This will move the ball well into Randolph territory to the 36-yard line. For Randolph, already trailing 8-0, they can't afford personal foul penalties.
No, not when the offense is getting 10 yards a clip anyway. Now you can't just give them free 10, free 15.
1st and 10 at the 36. Newfane on the far hash. Handoff left side goes Flowers. Cut to the middle. He's wrapped up behind the sticks. Reagan Smith, the senior outside linebacker, makes the play, wrapping up Flowers at the hips and taking him down for a loss of 2.
Yes, the wrap-up part was key, Jack. I liked in space like that. Flowers is getting ready to make a move, trying to create something. Nice tackle in space.
Not easy after just that last run. Flowers 360 away from a tackler. He's shifty in the backfield.
But I like how Smith, the wrap-up was the key. He didn't lose control of himself. He came down the balance and wrapped him up and made the play.
2nd down, 12 to go at the 38-yard line. Newfane working right to left. Capon takes the snap, peeks to his right, steps up in the pocket, has plenty of space. He's got the 30 as he uses his legs. Stiff arms a defender at the 30, takes off across the 20, down toward the 15-yard line. Mac Capon, my goodness. 1st down, Newfane.
Man, you can YouTube a Derrick Henry run against Josh Norman when he played for the Bills. There was a stiff arm, a famous stiff arm that Capon just basically did to Gavin Larson. That is your poster moment, as they say. Open field, bad boy stiff arm, get off me, I'm moving forward.
6'4", 210 pounds. Coach Nagel told us Capon likes to work out with the offensive line in his free time.
Yeah, Capon can do whatever he wants right now. In Capon, we trust.
1st down and 10 at the 17. Capon, handoff up the right side. Tristan Smith takes off, has the 1st down to the 2-yard line as he's tripped up by Morrison.
Again, right up the middle, power ISO type plays, but the offensive line is giving good seams. I think the defense is probably so concerned with Capon. You give that give like that, he's getting 5 yards before he has to make somebody miss. Good job up front.
1st and goal at the 2. Handoff right side. Smith again. He's taken down as he's met at the line of scrimmage. The defensive line for Randolph steps up, no gain.
No question. And finally, we kept talking. They're getting gashed, getting gashed. Good job up front. Turnover would be nice.
2nd and goal. Call your shot.
This is when you got to get risky as a defense.
Capon keeps it up the middle, lowers the shoulder, and bulldozes his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Newfane. Mac Capon's 7th rushing score of the season. The Panthers take a 14-0 lead in the first.
Randolph's going to have to find, strategy-wise, they're going to have to defensively think about changing something up right now. They've shown zero resistance to Newfane.
4:10 to go in the first quarter. Panthers are having their way with Randolph on the road. Swinging gate formation for the extra point in the end zone to our left. This time, no penalty as the offensive line moves in. Now lined up to kick is Tristan Smith. He had the 2-point conversion rushing on the first touchdown. His extra point kick on the second is good. And Newfane takes a 15-0 lead with 4:10 to go in the first quarter.
No, you don't want anything to get away, Jack. It does have a feel where this game could get away. I don't think we saw that coming in. Both teams undefeated. But 3-0, you can get to 3-0 both differently. 3-0, you can mask. You can be 3-0, not necessarily be a juggernaut, an undefeated team. And I think what we're finding out right now is Newfane's offense is certainly what we've seen the first couple weeks. Randolph just has to somehow get something good on one side of the ball, whether it's offense, defense, just something positive right now to happen.
Set for the Denny's kickoff. Denny's, America's Diner, is always open. You mentioned the road to 3-0, not always equal. Randolph's schedule so far, they're 3-0 with wins over Falconer, Cassadaga Valley, Maple Grove, 7-6 in week 1. Then league wins against Allegheny Limestone and Silver Creek the last 2 weeks. But low scoring again against Silver Creek on the road, 15-6. Already giving up 2 scores in this game. It's the most points they've given up all season at 15.
Newfane's a well-oiled machine. I mean, we watch the Bills here in this area every week, and we see really a juggernaut offense. And this is the closest thing I think we've seen in the games we've done this year to the dominant, do-everything quarterback that has a lot of compliments around him as well. It's not just the quarterback. I mean, we hype Capon up, but these guys are playmakers around him as well.
Kick fielded at the far numbers at the 30. Immediately, Garland is tripped up at the 35-yard line, and Randolph's offense comes back onto the field. They've only picked up 1 first down this game so far, Jim, in 2 drives.
That's what I'm saying. Anything right now is what you're looking for. You got to mix it up. Your game plan hasn't worked coming out. Change it up right now. Do something different, maybe something you haven't seen thrown. Take your shot to Carter Conley. That's your go-to guy. Whenever you're trouble throwing the ball, quarterbacks love tight ends.
We haven't seen number 88 used much offensively so far, at least in a passing game. Randolph trying to establish the run so far, coming up empty. 1st and 10, trailing 15-0, 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. At their own 35, it's a run up the left side. McElwain wrapped up and thrown down at the line of scrimmage. Josh McCabe, the tackle for Newfane. It's a loss of 1 back at the 35.
Great job of triggering. As soon as he knew it was a run, he goes up, meets him head on, no gain. The fact that they're not letting them gain yards after contact, they're not missing tackles. They're playing rock solid defense too right now.
2nd down, 11 to go at the 35 for the Randolph Cardinals. 5-time state champion Randolph Cardinals, that is. Morrison, screen to the near side. Garland catches it, beats 2 defenders, runs into another, breaks away from that tackle at the 40, spins his way toward the 40, down at the 39-yard line. It was a long play for a gain of just 4 to set up 3rd down and 6.
They need to do anything to get positive yards. Try to get the ball in playmakers' hands, a little wide receiver screen. Good run, tough run by Garland.
Garland's 5th catch of the season. Been used a lot more as a running back there, split out wide. Garland gets 5 on that play. to set up 3rd down and 7 from the 39. Randolph's crowd silenced so far. Under the lights in week 4, down 15-0. Jackson Morrison, 3rd-year starter, a legacy player at Randolph. In shotgun, takes the snap, whistles blow, and a flag. We've seen 1 penalty so far against Randolph, and this one again, a false start against the Cardinals. Al Fieser, our referee of tonight's crew.
Sometimes it just spirals a little bit, and that's where they're at right now. This third and not manageable could change the game. I mean, you're going to have to take a shot to get this 1st down.
We'll bring up 3rd down, 12 to go for Randolph. Thanks for joining us for Friday Night Lights, wherever you may be, on BTPM Create, BTPM NPR over the air, or our YouTube channel, BTPM on YouTube. Thanks for joining us there. Randolph facing 3rd down and 12 from their own 34. Morrison pump fakes, drops back, airs it out, looking for Huntington. It's incomplete at the Newfane 35.
I love the shot. We just talked about it. At some point, the nickel and dimes don't work at 3rd and 12. Why not go up deep? Nice play by the corner.
Dominic McCooch breaks it up.
Jump ball situation to a tall freshman, Grady Huntington.
6'1" freshman, but the 5'7" senior Dominic McCooch got in the lane to break it up. 4th down and 12 from their own 34, and Randolph will punt again. Morrison, a wonderful boot, and it will bounce over the head of the returner Morello, scooped up by Morello, and he takes it up the far side across the 30, spun out of bounds by the uniform by Gavin Larson at the 35-yard line. First quarter winding down, 1:39 to go in the opening quarter. Your Mr. Goodbar score, 15 for Newfane, 0 for Randolph so far. Mr. Goodbar, your home for away games on Elmwood Avenue.
Jack, they're getting 10 yards a clip right now. Not sure what we can do here to stop this, slow it down, anything.
Even you look at their statistics entering this game, Capon averaging 14 yards a carry. His receivers are averaging 14, 20, 11, and 16 yards a catch. This offense moves with pace, and they've done it for 4 straight weeks now. First down and 10 for Newfane. At their own 34-yard line, far hash. Capon fakes the give, screen pass near side. Plenty of room for Morello, who gets tripped up across the 40. A gain of about 8 on first down for the Panthers.
And a nice trip up by corner Larson. That play was designed. That was going to be a big play, too. They only got 8. Could have been bigger. Larson does a nice job. But nice design. Get rid of the ball, wide receiver screen.
We're coming to you live from the Villa Maria College broadcast booth. New York's home for cutting-edge majors and unmatched support. Villa Maria College. Just about a minute to go in the first quarter from Randolph, New York. 15-0 Newfane, and the Panthers are looking to capitalize on their 3rd drive of the game. Capon and the Panthers on the left hash, 2nd and 2. Handoff right side, Flowers cuts to the far hash, out to the numbers. He gets the first down across the 50, spins at the 45, stays on his feet at the 40, and he's down on the far sideline. A huge gain of 17 on the ground for Camlo Flowers, and the Newfane Panthers enter offensive territory again. First down.
A lot of different names, Jack. Every time somebody's getting the ball here, different. We're using different names, and that's always a sign of a locked and loaded offense that's just clicking on all cylinders.
Clock continues to move. 35 seconds to go in this opening quarter. 1st and 10 for Newfane, up 15-0 on the far hash. Capon in the gun, 2 receivers either side. 1 man in motion. It's a swing pass to the near side. Here goes Nasir Spencer, who makes the grab up the sideline at the 15. Bounces off a defender at the 10. And he is in. Touchdown, Newfane. A 40-yard touchdown for Nasir Spencer. 21-0, the Panthers pouring it on in the first quarter.
Coming into this game, this is their leading receiver getting down the field. And here we are, I see he's a defensive end as well. You don't see a defensive end and a receiver usually think of that combo, but you just saw why his size is so impressive in the open field, how he finished that run. He ran over the safety, Sarai Johnson, who there is a big mismatch in size there, not Johnson's fault, but that's the weapons. This is what Newfane has. They have size, speed, everywhere right now.
The flag as Newfane lines up for the point after touchdown. And again, it's a formational error against Randolph this time. Fourth penalty against Randolph so far, none against Newfane.
And an easy completion for Capon in the offense. That was just another simple wide receiver screen. Good job blocking it up. All they doing is asking them to make one guy miss in the open field, and Spencer just took it down the sideline and basically ran over the guy he had to make miss to get in the end zone.
2-point try for Newfane. Capon in the gun. Gives it right side, Tristan Smith. And the ball comes free, but short of the end zone. The 2-point try is no good. The score will stand at 21-0. Newfane on top of Randolph with just 13 seconds to go in the first quarter. I don't think anyone was expecting this.
Too easy. Everything is, you can't, like everybody can predict the score after the game. You can't think coming into this game that this team was going to get rolled like this big of a mismatch right now. They don't know how to stop them. They don't know how to gain a yard. It's bad on both sides for Randolph.
Your Mr. Goodbar score, 21 for Newfane, 0 for Randolph. Mr. Goodbar, your home for away games on Elmwood Avenue. There is zero noise on this side of the field where the Randolph fans are. They're packed in here. The town certainly does shut down for Friday Night Lights. Standing room only down at fence level. This is pure Americana down here. Forget the score, Jim. This is what it's all about.
Good football before the game, behind the stadium. As always, you have the look like middle school age type good football going on around this place right now. Just need Randolph to kind of catch up to the rest of the teams playing.
There was even a crowd of about 40 to 50 people just watching the Pop Warner game behind the field before the game.
Good action, organized.
Denny's kickoff fielded at the 35 by Newfane down there. Or check that, by Randolph, rather.
I'd like to ask, do you think that's a squib kick, or you think they're trying to do something there? That is an awfully, these kicks are about what? I'm looking, about 20 yards, 15, 20 yards. I mean, they're not going much more than an onside kick is my point.
Yeah.
It's a pop-up squib. I can't tell if there's more involved in that. But
maybe you get lucky with one bouncing free.
Honestly, you can right now. I mean, it's that big of a mismatch in this game. You can onside kick every time. It's not going to – they can't gain a – I mean, there's been no signs of life from Randolph.
Kickoff brought to you by Denny's. America's Diner is always open. 1st and 10 for Randolph. Desperate for a first down as the first quarter has just 11 seconds remaining. 1st and 10 at their own 35. The Cardinals looking to get past midfield for the first time today. Pitch to the right side. Garland, following a couple blocks, gets met in the backfield and spun down to the turf. Oh, he got lit up by Matt Capon. As the first quarter expires, Capon picks up another tackle for loss. It has been all Newfane through the first 12 minutes in Randolph. 21-0. Newfane leads the Cardinals through one quarter. Matt Capon, MVP so far through one. We'll see if the Cardinals can find a way to move the ball in the second quarter after this on Friday Night Lights, presented by Villa Maria College.
Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu.
BTPM's Friday Night Lights, in partnership with Section 6, is presented by Villa Maria College, advancing educational opportunity for all of Western New York. Friday Night Lights is supported by our members and by the WNED Foundation Incorporated. Mr. Goodbar, your headquarters for watching away games on Elmwood Avenue. Denny's, America's Diner, is always open. Brighton Liquor and Wine, 930 Brighton Road in Tonawanda, and by SEI. More information at seic.com.
These days, it seems like there are people who think the voting process is absolutely lawless. Like, you just show up and toss your pin on any old ballot. But I'm here to set that straight, because I'm Corey, and this is Compact Civics. First, you have to register.
We're back from Randolph on their third down attempt. Pass from Morrison, incomplete over the middle.
And we know that's not they're not comfortable in 3rd and long.
Check that, 2nd down and 11. Al Feaser, head referee, started the play while we were still in break, so we missed the first play there. But it does fall incomplete now. A big 3rd down and 11 for the Cardinals, working right to left on your radio dial. Friday Night Lights on BTPM. Jack Kreuzer and Jim Monis with you. 3rd and 11 from the 34. Newfane fakes pressure. Morrison drops back to pass. Has some time, now moves to his right. Looking to throw on the run. It's a throwaway out of bounds as he was chased there by the middle linebacker, Cameron Stover.
And they're only rushing 4. No blitz. That's pressure from 4. They have dropped coverage. Everybody was covered. Nobody's open. Right now, it's just a mismatch. It's tough.
The flag is thrown just now, well after the play. There's no one near the other team, unless something was said to Al Feaser. Here he comes. It's an intentional grounding penalty against Randolph, as Morrison is ruled to be in the pocket there, or throwing. What's wrong with that throw?
Everything. If there's nobody there, and
well,
I couldn't tell. I could see why the flag, because it did look a little shaky. When I quick look, I couldn't. It was crowded. You didn't really see who he was trying to throw to. He didn't want to take a sack. It's just, this is what we call spiraling out of control right now for Randolph. They can't find anything positive. And it's going to come. Something's going to happen to change this up, at least stop the bleeding, make this competitive. But it's hard to see where it's going to come from right now. Could it be special teams? You never know. But to get pressure like that from 4, rushing 4 and just flushing them out, it's just.
This is a real test for the first-year head coach Nate Armella, who hasn't been in this situation with Randolph football. Nate Armella is just the 3rd head coach in 47 years at Randolph High School. Can you believe it?
No, that has a Steeler feel to it. Those franchises you always admire that don't have a lot of turnover. That's always a sign of a place you want to work, for sure.
Pat Slater for 34 years, from 1978 to 2012, ran this program to 214 wins, 3.5 decades. Think about how much football changed over the course of his tenure as head coach. Sure, at the high school level, but 1978 compared to 2012, different games he was coaching.
I always think of those coaches that coach that long. I would always like to see their all-time kind of starting lineup from all those years, their favorite player at every position. I think players would love to see if they made that list. A nice little plaque the coach should have in his office, like, here is my all-time starting team.
I bet you a lot of them were on the 2005, 2009, and 2012 state championship teams at Randolph.
Yeah, you would tend to think the state titles would be where your talent was. But that many years, he has to have a guy at every position.
This entire time that we are chatting, the referee Al Feaser is just in a long conversation with the Randolph quarterback Jackson Morrison on that intentional grounding, I assume. Brings them to 4th down, 16 to go at the 29. A low snap, botched, scooped up by Morrison, and he could make something out of it. Now he just punts it away on the run, out of bounds at the 50-yard line. It's a nifty play from Morrison. Probably the most impressive part of Randolph's game so far has been their punting, as a Newfane Panther is down behind the play. It looks like Colin Doxey, and that is no good for Chuck Nagel and Newfane, and he's clutching at his left knee. They're asking for a trainer to come out on the field. We will step aside for a quick promo break as Colin Doxey gets looked at on the field. 11:41 to go in the first half. Newfane, a 21-0 lead in Randolph.
Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu.
BTPM's Friday Night Lights in partnership with Section 6 is presented by Villa Maria College, advancing educational opportunity for all of Western New York. Friday Night Lights is supported by our members and by the WNED Foundation Incorporated. Mr. Goodbar, your headquarters for watching away games on Elmwood Avenue. Denny's, America's Diner, is always open. Brighton Liquor and Wine, 930 Brighton Road in Tonawanda. And by SEI. More information at SEIC.com.
These days, it seems like there are people who think the voting process is absolutely lawless. Like you just show up and toss your pin on any old ballot. But I'm here to set that straight, because I'm Corey, and this is Compact Civics. First, you have to register. It's a pretty rigid process, but it's not hard to do. In New York State, you can do it at any DMV, by mail, or online. To be eligible to vote in all U.S. elections, you must be a U.S. citizen, meet your state's residency requirements, and be at least 18 years old by Election Day. For the record, non-citizens and permanent legal residents cannot vote. To ensure you can vote, confirm your eligibility, register by your state's deadline, and understand any rule that may affect your voting rights. Voting is the easiest way to participate in democracy and influence governance. But remember, it comes with strict legal guidelines.
Support for Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from SEI. SEI proudly supports the WNED Foundation, connecting communities through the Friday Night Lights tradition. More information at SEIC.com.
Welcome back to Randolph. Colin Doxey of Newfane up and on his feet, walking to the Newfane sideline. And Doxey was the one who went down before we went to break, clutching at his left knee. A 3-year starter, a captain for Newfane, and a playmaker on both sides of the ball. Good to see him up and walking off the field gingerly, but under his own power.
And on that punt, you know, shaky snap, Morrison picks it up, scrambles, and gets rid of it with the kick. Nice job by Morrison just to gain about 20. That saved them about 20 yards field position. Nice job by Morrison.
Sean Huntington, athletic trainer at Randolph, over there taking a look at Colin Doxey on the far side. Meanwhile, it's 1st and 10 for Newfane after the punt from Randolph. 4 offensive drives, 4 punts, and a flag from the back judge. And Newfane has too many players. And now Chuck Nagel's way out onto the field at the far numbers, yelling at Al Feezer and the officiating crew, as Newfane had an injured player and they wanted, I assume, time to talk about who was coming in to replace Doxey at left tackle. But this penalty is against the Panthers, and Chuck Nagel needs to be ushered off of the field. He now backs away as Al Feezer takes the long walk to the far sideline. If you're just joining us, we've just begun the second quarter. 21-0. Newfane leads Randolph at Randolph in a battle of 2 undefeated 3-0 Class D teams. The penalty against Newfane will back them up to their own 45. It's the first penalty against the Panthers this game, and probably the only negative play against them so far this game.
Yeah, that's about, it feels like the only way right now Randolph can slow them down.
Capin in the gun, gives it to Flowers, left side, gets back to the 50 where he's crunched. Hunter Foster was there along with Hayden Breyer. It's a gain of 5 to set up 2nd and 10 for Newfane.
Just a counter. Flowers does a good job of getting on their backs, of the offensive linemen's backs, gets right up the field, another easy 5-6 yards. It's just a machine right now.
Sophomore Dominic Flaherty is in at left tackle for Colin Doxey. who went down with an apparent knee injury on the 4th down punt block attempt. Newfane almost got to Morrison after the fumble was scooped up by him. Morrison rolled to his left and did get the punt away, setting up this Newfane drive. Now 2nd and 10 at midfield. Capon drops back to pass, has time, throws it left side. It's caught, juked to the middle. A gain of 9 for Isaiah Gerstung.
And we know Gerstung can make plays with the ball in his hands. Just a little hitch route, nice throw, timing, zip. Gerstung almost gained some extra yards. Here we are, 3rd manageable, 2 downs. They're not punting this ball.
The train horn on 3rd down at Randolph, down 21-0 in the 2nd quarter, is reminiscent of a decade and a half ago at Highmark Stadium. A little bit.
For those that have lived a lot of Bills games, that sound can be stuck in your head.
3rd down and 2. It's a run up the middle. Oh my, Matt Capon breaks 3 tackles. Can he get a 4th? Nearly stumbles his way down to the 5. Gavin Larson saves the touchdown. A 35-yard run for Matt Capon.
He has a Cam Newton feel to me right now. He does a lot of different things, but the way he runs the ball and carries defenders as a runner is similar to Cam to me. He actually has speed to run away from guys. He's just putting on a show tonight.
I think that's the most impressive part about Capon. You see the 6'4", 210 frame, and you think he's going to look like Big Ben in the pocket, and then he takes off and runs, and oh yeah, he runs a 4.6 40-yard dash. Handoff left side, Cameron Stover breaks a tackle, charges forward to the goal line. He's down at the 1.
Stover with nice footwork and vision to make defenders miss in small areas at the goal line. I don't know how he didn't get in. He deserves the ball again. Love the way he made something out of nothing there.
Stover with 1 rushing touchdown so far this season.
A lot of names. It's name after name right now in this offense. Loaded.
2nd down and goal at the 1, left hash. Stover dots the I, gets the handoff, pounds up the middle, met at the line of scrimmage by Carter Conley, who makes the stop. 3rd down and goal for Newfane.
Right on cue, and I like that they tried to get him that touchdown, but nice job by Conley. Or was that Flowers? I'm sorry, but Conley, nice job. Stuffing at the 1. Tricky plays, but 3rd and short. You got 2 downs to get this. Field goal, get it out of your mouth.
A worthwhile trip so far for Newfane fans who made the 2.5-hour drive down to Randolph. 3rd and goal at the 1. Capon, the keeper, spins and scores. Mac Capon. Overall, his 4th touchdown of the game. Still not 4 minutes into the 2nd quarter. Newfane up 27-0.
Yeah, you don't have to get creative right now. The way Capon's running the ball, the way they're blocking up front. Snap, run up the middle is easy. Easy, easy. Capon took a shot. He ran high there, did take a shot. Thought the ball may have popped up for a second, but he held on, no problems.
Newfane pouring it on in Randolph, New York.
It's funny they get so tricky with these after the extra points. They literally could just run anything they want on offense and be fine. Like, there's been no resistance. If you want to kick it, that's fine too. Timeouts are not fine.
Now a timeout from Newfane's Chuck Nagel. The 14-year head coach for Newfane with a 27-0 lead over Randolph. Chuck Nagel in his 14 seasons, 46-66 record, the Newfane High School graduate. When he spoke to us earlier this year, he told us how he doesn't want his team to look back on their time at high school and think about what they could have done differently, a reason why he just wants the most out of everyone every game. Here's Chuck Nagel.
We preach humility and staying humble. I mean, football's an emotional game. Oftentimes, it's tough to find humility within a football program because of the emotion that we have. So, you know, I always bring it back to, you know, my experience as a kid, as a player, and some things we overlooked. And for the last 30 years, I got to think about those things, and you have regrets. And so we want these guys developing into our program, thinking about that stuff ahead of time. Hey, what if this happens? How would you feel afterwards?
Chuck Nagel his senior year of high school, told me how he made it to the Ralph for the sectional championship game. His only time going there, and he got a pitch up the left side on a goal-to-go situation late in the game to win it, and he came up short. That's a regret that he's has to live with. On the two-point try, Capon throws it into the end zone. It's intercepted by Sarai Johnson, the freshman for Randolph, so the try is no good for Newfane after their first called timeout of the first half. 8:23 to go in the first half, 27-0. Newfane leads Randolph. Chuck Nagel's one of those guys, I think, gets it immediately.
No question, anybody that's coached that long, they get it. I'd like to talk to him what he didn't get about that extra point. That seemed very complicated. To call timeout and come out and run a kind of a gimmicky little pop-type pass for a two-pointer. You haven't had any issues. Just snap the ball to 11, let him run the ball up the middle, or give it to Flowers. You have plenty of options to go for two. You don't have to get gimmicky.
Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is Friday Night Lights on Buffalo Toronto Public Media.
This is Matt Capon from Newfane. You're listening to Friday Night Lights on BTPM, NPR, WBFO, and WBFO HD1 Buffalo. WUBJ, Jamestown, WOLN, Olean, for service of Buffalo Toronto Public Media.
27-0 Newfane, the lead over Randolph, set for the Denny's kickoff. America's Diner is always open. Squibb, right side, scooped up at the 30. Alex Garland cuts to the middle, hangs onto the football as he got bumped and falls down at the 35. Randolph's offense will take the field once again, always around this 35-yard line. They've yet to cross midfield today.
Yeah, the squib kicks is how they want to do things. Newfane's kicking off. So the field, they're not worried about field position. Randolph's have shown no signs of threats of anything right now. A short pass, some type of receiver screen, or maybe some type of design play to get Conley the ball at tight end. Just something to try something different right now to throw Newfane off.
You guys understand?
First down and 10 at the 35. Jackson Morrison came into this game 30 for 37 through the air. He's yet to convert on a pass further than 2 yards downfield. Morrison peeks his left wristband under center at the 35 on 1st and 10. Fakes the pitch, then hands it off. The ball comes free. Newfane was in there, and it's a fumble recovered by the Panthers. Dominic Flaherty, the sophomore defensive lineman, comes up with the football, and the Panthers take possession at the 30.
Looked like Randolph was trying to get a little misdirection with a toss, fake the toss, come back, some type of counter action, and it got a little jumbled. The handoff got tangled up. Ball handling can get messy on those plays, and it did.
Dominic Flaherty, the sophomore's first career fumble recovery, gives Newfane possession in Randolph territory at the 30. This is unfamiliar territory for the Randolph Cardinals, their fan base, and a lot of these players who are 3-0 entering this game, 2-0 in league play. 1st and 10, Newfane. Handoff left side for the Panthers. Flowers. Oh, check that. It was a fake of the give. Throw to the near side. Capon fooled me, and then he found Mikey Henning downfield.
Nice job by Capon again. Ball handling was nice. Fake boots back, wide open in the flat. Once again, another weapon we're talking about. It's just name after name, but the one name that's consistent is Capon. That was a on-the-move dart right on the chest. He's accurate. He's athletic, he's fast, he's big.
And he sold the give tremendously.
That's beautiful ball handling. I was smiling because I was pointing, I saw it. It was a nice job. It was easy to get faked on that.
I'll chalk myself up there with Ike Morrison, the defensive coordinator for Randolph, fooled on that one. Capon 1st and 10 at the 12, keeps it middle, touchdown. Mac Capon, it's a Mac attack. 5 touchdowns in the first half. 33-0 Newfane. 8 minutes to go in the second quarter.
No, if you've played football or any sport long enough, we've all been a part of these games where it just gets out of hand, it spirals, but you have a long game ahead still. So you still are fighting, you still have to find ways, small positives right now, small victories. A first down is almost like winning a game right now if you're Randolph, but a first down is that important.
Capin's third rushing touchdown of the night. He has 2 passing touchdowns tonight. Just on touchdowns alone, he's up near 100 yards all-purpose. Extra point kick is high, and it is good. Booted through by Tristan Smith. And Newfane has a 34-0 lead over Randolph. Your score brought to you by Mr. Goodbar, your home for away games on Elmwood Avenue. Well, around Western New York, there's a good amount of great football games this weekend. Last night, McKinley routed Williamsville East 28-0 in an A2 clash between two teams that were 2-0 in A2 play. McKinley moves to 3-0 in Class A2. Currently tied at 7, Sweet Home and West Seneca West in a Class A1 battle at West Seneca West. And Eden Barker Royhart, game played at Barker tonight, currently 22-12 in favor of the Bulls of Barker Royhart. Both teams are 2-0 in Class C North. Around Western New York, brought to you by the Buffalo and Erie County Public Library, profoundly public. Those games all in the second quarter currently. Barker leading Eden is quite impressive. The Raiders are the team that scored 63 points 2 weeks ago. Brady Waring set a state record with 9 touchdown passes. Kickoff brought to you by Denny's. America's Diner is always open. Fielded at the 36 by Randolph Huntington. At the 43, the Cardinal offense will take the field. And believe it or not, Jim, this is Randolph's best field position to start a drive all game.
I do believe it. I'll be happy and believe it more if they get a first down. At this point, we're all fans for Randolph. We need a first down for the coaching staff, the cheerleaders, the fan, everybody involved in the Randolph program needs a little positivity right now.
Haven't seen a lot of Kevin McElwain on the last couple of drives. 1st and 10 for Randolph at their own 43. Morrison, handoff, right side. That is Alex Garland again. He gets about 3 yards up the right side toward midfield. 2nd down. 7 to go.
No, what I'm seeing, Newfane's doing a nice job. They're bringing up a nose tackle late to clutter things. So they have a four-man front on defense. They bring a linebacker down at that nose to cover it up. And it's being tricky. It's hard, making it hard for Jackson. He can't decide on if he wanted to give and keep it. He was holding too long. They got 3 yards, but that's not going to do anything right now.
2nd down. 7 to go at the 46 for Randolph. Morrison under center. Hands off to the lead back. No, a keeper. Then a pitch on the triple option. Right side, and Garland gets a couple yards toward the 50-yard line.
Nice job. Garland's a tough runner. They do have a nice mix of backs. I like the way they're getting Garland the ball outside a little bit. He does seem to have a little juice. Newfane was doing that. I'm sorry. It was with Cronkite. I couldn't see them. I'm sorry. I couldn't see the number from what I was looking. In the inside, they're bringing Cronkite up to muddy things up on the center, and that's what's causing some issues. I like that little wrinkle by Newfane.
Aiden Cronkite, 3-year starter, junior outside linebacker for the Panthers. 3rd down for Randolph, still looking for a first down this first half, trailing 34-0. 6:14 to go in the second quarter. 3rd down, 4 to go at their own 49. Morrison in the gun. Handoff left side. Here goes Garland. Breaks one tackle across the 50, lowers the shoulder, has the first down before he's met at the Newfane 46 by Dominic Flaherty. This will be a first down for Randolph and something to cheer about for the hometown crowd.
Garland has shown some life. Keep getting him the ball right now. He has a little hot hand. Great job by getting a first down. That's what we talked about. To me, goal accomplished. Love to finish this off in the end zone if you can, but goal accomplished.
First down and 10 at the 46 for Randolph. Coming to you live from the Villa Maria College broadcast booth. Villa Maria College, New York's home for cutting-edge majors and unmatched support. Randolph picks up the first down, their first since their first drive of the game. Morrison in the gun. First-year head coach Nate Armella, also his first year calling plays for the Cardinals. Hand off Garland, left side, has a lane. Garland breaks free, down the sideline. Alex Garland, touchdown, Randolph.
Let's go!
The junior's third rushing touchdown of the season gets Randolph on the board.
And we mentioned how he looked like he had the hot hand, keep feeding him the ball, and you could see it. Got a little space on the outside on a pitch, went right down the sideline, outran everybody. In fact, Garland geared it down, and he was staring at Newfane a little bit to see if anybody could catch him. Nobody was catching him. Good speed, feeling himself. Great job by Randolph.
5:11 to go in the first half. Morrison lined up for the extra point kick in the end zone to our left. McElwain the holder. Morrison's kick is high in the air and through. 34-7. Randolph cuts into the deficit with Newfane still on top. 5:11 to go in the first half on Friday Night Lights. Your score brought to you by Mr. Goodbar, your home for away games on Elmwood Avenue.
So like we know in football, it's imperative now to follow this up with a defensive stop.
Well, for Nate Armella, first-year head coach for Randolph, he said, well, there's one thing that stands out as the hardest thing of his new role as head coach and offensive coordinator. Here's Nate Armella.
Calling plays is tough, because you always want to take a shot, but it's not always the smart thing to do. You got to consider down and distance, field position. What if this doesn't work and you have to punt? Where are they going to get the ball? I mean, there's a lot that factors into it.
How do you think Nate Armella has done calling plays offensively for Randolph so far?
Well, for the season, he's doing a great job. This is tough tonight. It's a one-game sample. Things are spiraling a little bit tonight. I like that they just put a nice drive together. Garland's hot. They're going to have to find a way eventually, obviously, to complete a pass down the field and get a big chunk. But he's doing fine calling plays. They just need a little more consistency to not be predictable.
A great kick on the Denny's kickoff. Inside the 10-yard line, scooped up by Gerstung. Jukes past one at the 15 before he's hit down at the 18-yard line. Newfane's offense takes the field, leading 34-7. 5 minutes to go in the first half.
That was a great kick. In the NFL, that would hit in that landing area that we're all still confused on, as the Arizona Cardinals are too, if anybody stayed up to watch that fun ending. But anyway, great kick by Morrison. Nice job. Now, here you go. We have 5 minutes to go in the half. You just had a great kick. If there's any way you can slow them down and get the ball back, signs of life. But it starts now in D.
First and 10 at the 19-yard line for Newfane. Matt Capon, 5 touchdowns all-purpose so far. Swing pass left side behind the line of scrimmage. Out on the far sideline near the 30-yard line. A gain of 9 for Jake Morello.
Slot receiver, just get him the ball right off the snap. Get him outside on the sideline. Bubble screen. Easy yards.
Morello, a kid who just moved from South Carolina last summer, I should say. Last year, 8 receptions, 80 yards for Newfane. This year, entering tonight, 9 receptions, 124 yards through 3 games. A key asset for Newfane in his junior year. Moved from Aner, South Carolina, population under 1,000, to Newfane, population over 9,000, believe it or not. Bit of a culture shock for him. Carry on the right side on second down and 3. Stover runs right into Hayden Briere. Third down, 2 to go, and reason for the train horn at Randolph could be a momentum turner, as we still have not seen Colin Doxey return after going down with an injury earlier this quarter for Newfane, their left tackle and starting defensive end. one of the most impactful linemen they have, no longer in this game. Newfane's offense a little shaken. 3rd down, 2 to go. Capon in shotgun. Loaded box for Randolph's defense. Left side Capon, trucks past one defender, springs past another, he's out to the outside, and there goes Matt Capon. He pumps the arms down the near sideline and gets out of bounds at the 10. 60 yards on the ground for Mac Capon.
That's a gut punch. He is just a playmaker right now. He's simply the best player on the field, and there's no answer for him. When you're that big and can outrun, stiff arm, gain yards when it looks like the play might be over, that's demoralizing to the defense. And you can see Randolph trying to tackle him right now. You have to want to tackle Capon. You can't just come over there and think you're getting him down tonight. He's looking to score every time he's in the open field. He's running angry.
1st down and 10 at the 18-yard line for Newfane, working toward the end zone to our right. Capon takes the shotgun snap, pressure coming behind him, throw over the middle, tipped and incomplete. Carter Conley was there. The 6'4" junior couldn't catch it.
Conley almost made the game-changing type play that they needed, almost an interception where Capon was trying to touch it, a little touch over him. Nice job by Conley to get his hands on. Couldn't, he tried to pick it but didn't have the.
For Chuck Nagel and the Newfane Panthers, Matt Capon is a player that can lead you not just to Highmark Stadium, but perhaps beyond.
It's what you're looking for at the position. When you can have a guy that can make plays out of nothing with his legs and arm, that's a weapon.
2nd and 10 at the 18. Handoff left side. There goes Stover. Bounces to the numbers. Stiff arms the defender at the 12. Gets across the 10, out of bounds near the 5-yard line. Oh my, Cameron Stover. And a flag after the run on the far sideline.
When it comes to finishing runs.
And it's a personal foul against Randolph after the play. A hit out of bounds on Stover. As if Newfane needed more help getting toward the end zone.
Right, it's just frustration. When you're getting stiff-armed to the ground multiple times, whether it's Capon, whether it's Stover right now, it's a violent attitude that Newfane runs with.
3.5 to go in the first half. Newfane looking to add on to their 34-7 lead. After the penalty, it's a 1st down and goal to go at the 4 for Newfane. Mac Capon in the gun on the far hash. Movement from Aiden Cronkite, the tight end in motion. Handoff right side, up the middle, touchdown. Cameron Stover follows the right guard, Josh McCabe. And the Newfane Panthers add 6 more. A 40-piece in the first half for Newfane. 40-7 the lead.
We talked about video game stats, video game numbers as far as their points and plays and all correlating. They're doing it at a bigger clip than they have the first 3 games of the season. This offense tonight is pretty much unstoppable. It's whatever they want to do. It's big plays. Randolph's along for the ride right now.
Capon claps his hand for the extra point attempt. With the swinging gate formation, everyone hustles in. Tristan Smith takes 3 steps back and 2 over to his left. The kick is low and blocked and no good. So the score remains 40-7. Newfane on top of Randolph in this battle of undefeated teams in Class D. Both teams 3-0 entering tonight. And Newfane has dominated through this first half despite losing their starting left tackle early in this quarter. Your score brought to you by Mr. Goodbar, your home for away games on Elmwood Avenue. Well, it's always a curious case of discussion. Who is the most valuable player in Western New York? Matt Capon. To his team, his value has no bounds. Matt Capon, 5 touchdowns today. He manages the game well, and then, even though he doesn't score on that drive, a 60-yard breakaway run set up the touchdown for Stover, his 2nd of the season.
from what we've seen from Newfane, the only way right now you're going to slow this offense down, I'm not necessarily talking about tonight with Randolph, but anybody that's going to play them coming forward, find a way, if you can, you have to try to get an interception on Capon.
Capon's kick, a squib to the right side, fielded at the 20. Up the middle goes Garland for Randolph across the 45. A nice return of about 25 yards to the 50-yard line for Alex Garland. A spark for Randolph in this second quarter.
Yeah, Garland's not quitting. He's not stopping. Get him the ball right now. Everything about him says, I am trying to score, not giving up. And then the other thing you're going to have to do when you prepare for Newfane is you may as well just commit to, number one, when we do objectives, stop Capon running the ball. That's number one. Find a way to get the ball out of his hands. Make him throw the ball. Let him hand the ball off to Flowers. But Capon right now, if you can't stop him running, you almost have zero chance to stop this offense.
Newfane putting everyone in Class D on notice in this first half. The Panthers are here to stay as a presence at the top of the standings. Five-man rush for Newfane on first down. Cronkite hits home. In the backfield on the handoff to McElwain. It is Aiden Cronkite, the 3-year starting junior linebacker who picks up the tackle for loss. Moving backwards by a yard is the Randolph offense.
Very effective wrinkle from Newfane, what they're doing with Cronkite. They bring him in right the last second, catching Randolph. All of a sudden it goes from a four down front to 5 and a nose, and that confuses the offensive line, and he's jamming things up. He's making plays off of it. He's physical.
Second down, 11 to go for Randolph. Plenty of fans made the drive from Orleans County to support the Panthers in blue and white tonight. They've been in for a treat. Morrison back to pass on 2nd and 11. Chased out of the pocket to his right. Throws on the run. It's tipped and incomplete. Looking for Carter Conley running across the field with him. Morrison unable to connect.
Morrison was running for his life, scrambling to his right, far back, throws one up. Beautiful throw, actually, accurately. I think it could have been caught, possible drop by Conley. If he did catch it, it would have been a gain of 3 yards. I mean, that's how bad it is for Randolph's offense right now. Morrison literally is scrambling 20 yards for his life, throwing up a pass that would have only gained 3 yards.
Jackson Morrison, the quarterback for Randolph, 7 uncles in his family. 6 of them have won state championships in football with these Cardinals. 5 state titles for this program from 2005 to 2014. 3 of them under head coach Pat Slater. 2 of them under the recently retired Brent Brown. Third down and 11 for Morrison and the Cardinals. Drops back to pass, has time, now pressure comes. Throws it left side. It's a short pass fielded on the turf by Carter Conley, and behind the line of scrimmage, he had to slide to even catch the pass. Fourth down for Randolph after a loss of 3.
And Camlo Flowers, who's been everywhere, he was right there waiting. Good discipline on defense, was right there for the coverage. Even if he catches it clean, it's gone nowhere.
Timeout called by Newfane with under 2 minutes to go in this first half of play. The scoring update from out of town around Western New York. Barker Royhart with a 28-18 lead over Eden North Collins. We invite you to join us next week from Eden High School. We will have quite the matchup in Class C North. 2 teams that are near the top of the standings, with Eden hosting Medina. We'll have that game for you next Friday night at 7 p.m. If you're looking for more high school sports coverage on Instagram and X, as well as Facebook, you can find that coverage at BTPM Local Sports. Daily posts coming your way, from standings to hype videos to scores across the region. Fourth down, punt situation for Morrison and the Cardinals at their own 44. Morrison with a terrific leg off his foot quickly, fielded at the 25 for Newfane, and there goes Jake Morello to the far sideline toward midfield. He's shoved out of bounds. A nice return for Morello of about 30 yards. Newfane with players everywhere making plays tonight. Part of their 40-7 lead over Randolph, and a flag came out toward the end of that run from Al Feazer's crew. Al Feazer, the referee, Pat Shepard, the umpire, Griffin Irving on the crew as well, with the line judge and back judge duo of father-son, Todd Gugino Jr. and Todd Gugino Sr. Special shout out, promised I would do this, to June Gugino, turning 8 years old next week, the daughter of Todd Jr. Todd told me before the game his daughter tuned in and watched the entirety of last week's Friday Night Lights broadcast of Lancaster and Jamestown. For a 7-year-old, I applaud you for staying up that late. That's why Friday night is the best night of the week. Even when you're that young, your parents say, sure, have all the TV time in the world as long as you're watching Pops make some plays on the field.
I'll applaud more if she can stay up for this one.
Yeah. June, let us know in the YouTube comment section if you're going to be with us around 10 p.m. We'll check in with you then.
Now we have a dedicated fan if you can last. But a little frustration penalty, it's all, I'm telling you, we've seen it, it's a spiral. We keep saying it, it's hard. We got to get to halftime right now for Randolph, regroup, take a breath, but.
Yeah, personal foul there against the Cardinals.
Hurts. I mean, you have a minute 42. The way they're getting 10 yards, 15, 20 yards a clip, whatever it is right now, it's.
First down at 10 for Newfane, taking their time. Al Feazer and company communicating with the Randolph coaching staff. Nate Armella with a lot of questions on this near sideline. First-year head coach Nate Armella was the defensive coordinator for the last 12 years under Brent Brown's tenure. 77-37 record for Brent Brown, and sure, Coach Brown was aided by some terrific players to come through Randolph Central Schools. His record speaks for itself, 77 wins in just over 110 games coached. First and 10 for Newfane. To give, right side. Flowers, stiff arm, check that. Down the sideline. There's a run for a new back for the Newfane Panthers. Well, that was Camlo Flowers, I beg your pardon, but he looked meaner on that play than we've seen all night so far with that stiff arm.
And the trend continues when they run the ball, they finish violently, they stiff arm. Flowers has showed up running the ball with toughness inside. I like the way he plays that linebacker safety role. He's everywhere. He showed up a lot tonight. But to your point, it's easy to get who's going to get the ball because it's somebody different every play.
Second down, 7 to go from the 35. Capon, keeper, bounces off 2 tackles, takes off up the left side, cuts up field, no one in front of him. 6 touchdowns for Matt Capon in the first half. 46-7, Newfane leads Randolph with a minute 22 to go in the second quarter. 4th rushing score for Capon tonight. His 6th overall, and Newfane shows no quit.
When you simply can snap the ball to your playmaking quarterback and let him run and feed off blocks, it's just unstoppable tonight. If you can't stop the quarterback running, the rest is going to be impossible.
Extra point kick from Smith is good. And it's a 47-7 lead for Newfane with a minute 22 to go in this first half. A statement from Newfane in Class D heard across the section.
Yeah, you have to want to tackle Capon. I'm not going to call out a player that I saw on that touchdown run on Randolph, but can't say he was dying to go over there to make the tackle. It looked like a nice stride, not necessarily selling out to make the play. And that happens when you're getting beat down and when you have a big guy running. You know when you try to tackle Capon, it hurts. They're stiff-arming you to the ground tonight, whether it's Capon, whether it's Flowers.
And when you look at the scoreboard and there comes a point where it's demoralization and then you don't want to hit anymore and you're going to run in, pun fully intended, into a Mack truck the other way. Capon will not let up. And you're going to feel it the next day. It's hard. It's almost a mental battle at this point to want to play football, if I can say that.
You're correct. Tonight is about mentally being tough, and we're going to finish strong and put something on the field. Finish with your head up somehow, some way.
Tough return for Alex Garland of Randolph across the 40. Return of about 15 yards for the Cardinals. Their offense will take the field at their own 44-yard line. That was the Denny's kickoff, brought to you by Denny's. America's Diner is always open.
It's a game, too, honestly, if you're Randolph, and we don't know enough about their team, but if there is a younger guy that you want to get some reps and let him get some work at running back or in the offensive line or at quarterback even, this is the night to do it. It's a wrap. The game's over. You have to be real with yourself. Are there plays you want to see? Or do you want to work on some pass plays? Take this as a practice. I know it sounds kind of embarrassing, but that's what it's at.
First-year head coach Nate Armella. This a tough lesson to learn as there is a run up the middle. No gain right at the line of scrimmage. Aiden Cronkite came up to make the stop along with Dominic Flaherty. There's a sophomore who's gotten some chances so far in this second quarter after the injury to Colin Doxey. Called upon number 54 to make a couple plays, and he's done that on both sides of the ball.
Cronkite's really had an influence on this game with the way they've used him in this walk-up in middle linebacker nose tackle role. It's really intriguing.
Second down, 10 to go at the 43. Handoff left side. Garland gets to the edge, turns upfield, runs out of bounds at the Newfane 40. Peyton Whiteman pushes him out of bounds on the near side as Newfane rolls in some of their second-string defensive players, all of which have made plays so far. First down for Randolph, though.
Alex Garland is a playmaker, and we're always going to try to find positives on nights like this if you're Randolph. Garland is a positive. He's coming out of this game knowing we may need to get him more touches.
47-7, Newfane leads Randolph on Friday Night Lights, presented by Villa Maria College, New York's home for cutting-edge majors and unmatched support. Friday Night Lights supported by our members and by the WNED Foundation Incorporated. First and 10 for Randolph at the Newfane 41. Pitch to the right side. Garland upfield, breaks past the first wave, and Garland gets on his horse, and Alex Garland scores for Randolph. A 41-yard rushing touchdown on the option route, and the pitch from Morrison. Alex Garland's second rushing touchdown of the game cuts into the deficit for Randolph.
Nice design by Randolph. They have the receiver coming in a little, almost like it's going to be a little shovel pass. Fake the shovel, option pitch it to Garland, and once again, his explosion, he hits his top speed immediately. When he sees that crease, he's gone, and he's separating himself. Garland is a playmaker.
I was calling for more Kevin McElwain, and then Garland scored his 46-yard rushing touchdown on his previous drive. Then he scores on this 42-yard rushing touchdown. I'm sorry that I called for a different running back, Garland. He made me eat my words there. A flag on the extra point kick attempt for Randolph. It's an offside call against Newfane.
But we're going to talk about in games like this, finding a positive or finding a player like Garland that now he's put everybody on alert. Every team they play moving forward, Garland is the guy you need to be aware of. He can score from anywhere on the field. I haven't seen anybody close on him when he's in the open field.
Two-point conversion, right side, no good as Garland is tackled right at the line of scrimmage. Randolph's defense gets the stop. Head coach Nate Armella having to teach his team a lesson in mental toughness here tonight. 24 seconds to go in the first half. He has a conversation with Kevin McElwain with the Newfane Newfane Panthers leading Randolph 47-13.
Tough tackle. Got Garland down right before he got in the end zone. You'd like to see Garland finish that a little bit better. He tried to make a miss. Nice tackle. I believe it was Dominic Lukuch.
Raymond Van Wee Field is the location for Week 4 Friday Night Lights, presented by Villa Maria College, New York's home for cutting-edge majors and unmatched support. We invite you to stick around for halftime, where we will pick up the pace a little bit. We've got some players to talk about from across campus at both these schools, including an impressive 8th grade cross-country runner. We'll have that, our scholar athletes, and more during our halftime show. And of course, Jim, you broke down some film for us this week. Nothing we haven't seen so far tonight from Matt Capon.
Not gonna lie, I like the comparison we have at halftime for Capon after watching him live too. It's kind of fitting.
You did a good job, Jim.
I like the comparison. I'll tell you, sometimes the comparisons might be shaky. I'll let you know.
Appreciate the honesty.
Yeah, I go back and forth. I call it out if it's good or bad. This one's good after watching this performance tonight. It's right on cue.
So stick around for that at halftime. We'll also have scoring updates from all over Western New York, including a game that will feature two teams that we'll talk about that we have next week. Return on the Denny's kickoff across the 30 by Newfane as Morello gets to the 33-yard line. Hayden Briere, a defensive tackle, makes a play on special teams. There's a junior who's stepped up, had his name called a couple times. 19 seconds to go in the first half. 47-13, Newfane the lead. I'd love nothing more here, and I think a lot of folks are saying it on the Randolph sideline. Wouldn't you love to see number 11 lose 2 yards by taking a knee here?
Does that go in the stats as -2?
Oh, yeah.
They got to fix it.
And there he does, take the knee, and that'll bring us down to halftime. Newfane came into this game 3-0. Their win over Barker Royhart was their most impressive win on the season to this point. They won that one 34-15 in week 1. Folks weren't sure how good Barker Royhart was this season. Newsflash, the Bulls are just fine, and the Newfane Panthers are terrific. 47-13. Newfane leads Randolph after 24 minutes of football, 2 quarters in the books, and Newfane leads 47-13. That's your score, brought to you by Mr. Goodbar, your home for away games on Elmwood Avenue. We'll be back with the halftime show for a look around Western New York, and Jim's film breakdown, and our across-campus Scholar Athlete Players of the Week, and so much more coming back during the SEI halftime show after this on Friday Night Lights, presented by Villa Maria College.
Brighton Wine and Liquor, located at 930 Brighton Avenue in Tonawanda, features wines from all over the world and expert curators who can help you select the right wine or spirit for your occasion. Brighton Wine and Liquor, 930 Brighton Road in Tonawanda.
If you're from Western New York, you know snow. And unfortunately, you know how damaging those annoying potholes can be. But do you know what's involved in filling those potholes so your car tires stay intact? Let me put you on, because maintaining roads involves way more than the average citizen might think. Corey here with Compact Civics. Cities, counties, and states all take part in this process. How? Well, a state might be responsible for filling potholes and paving, but a city handles snow plowing and de-icing. Try and imagine a city or town without a public works department. No one to manage schools, hospitals, roads, bridges, airports, water, sewage, parks, beaches. We deserve these spaces, and our taxes pay for it all. So, next time you drive across a smooth road or see a snowplow clearing one, appreciate it. Public works are the backbone of what keeps our communities and quality of life thriving.
What if your spare change could help protect the public media you love? When you link your Visa or MasterCard at btpm.roundforgood.com, your everyday purchases are rounded up to the nearest dollar. At the end of the month, that change becomes one simple donation to Buffalo Toronto Public Media, fueling public media and strengthening our community. One cup of coffee, one grocery run, one roundup at a time. You're in control. Pause or cancel anytime. It's simple. It adds up. Small change, big impact.
Buffalo Toronto Public Media has new and innovative ways to generate revenue for your business. We have a robust menu of digital features that can help your business grow. Contact Bill Saurer at 716-845-7000.
Welcome back to Raymond Van Wee Field in Randolph, New York. The Little Leaguers run out onto the field at halftime to get recognized by the hometown crowd, a reason why so many folks have stuck around through this first half. That has been all Newfane. Welcome in to the SEI halftime show. More information at SEIC.com. 47-13 is the score. Newfane leads Randolph. Welcome inside the Villa Maria College broadcast booth. Jack Kreuzer and Jim Monis with you for Friday Night Lights. Jim, we picked this game because it was two 3-0 teams. Battle for the top of Class D. Both teams are 2-0 in divisional play. We're expecting a dogfight throughout. And then Matt Capon said, I'm putting my foot down on this division. And Capon looks unstoppable so far.
And that's, if you're Randolph moving forward, whoever you play, you're going to have to find a way to stop any type of running game, whether it's up the middle, if it's not the quarterback, any type of power sweeps. They're doing whatever they want. It's not just Capon. It's really everybody. But Capon is just putting on a show, and he's dominating. He's finishing in the end zone. He won't go down. He stiff arms. He runs through defenders. He passes the ball to every player on the team. He's a point guard. Pure package right now.
6 touchdowns total for Matt Capon, 2 throwing, 4 rushing, and he's well over 150 yards all-purpose. We have some across-campus players of the week to spotlight for this week, and some scholar athletes as well. Those coming your way, and then we'll dive into the first half and go through all 6 Capon scores. A couple touchdowns from Randolph toward the end of the second quarter as well to dive into. This is the SEI halftime show. More information at SEIC.com. This week's across-campus player of the week from Newfane is 8th grader Eden Hillman. Eden continues to shine in girls varsity cross country. The defending league champion and 2024 Niagara Orleans Player of the Year is picking up where she left off, being undefeated in league competition to start the new year. She also paced 10th at the pre-state invitational earlier this year. Beyond the numbers, Eden brings positivity, leadership, and sportsmanship, making her a true role model for her teammates and the Newfane community. Our across-campus player of the week from Randolph is Cooper Freeman. Cooper has etched his name into Randolph boys soccer history as a standout leader and record breaker. Cooper recently reached the 100 career goal milestone and went on to break the long-standing record of 106 goals, a mark previously held by his own head coach. Cooper's skill, determination, and relentless work ethic have made him a dominant presence on the field, while his leadership, humility, and commitment to his teammates make him just as impactful off of it. Cooper's achievement not only reflects his individual talent, but also the legacy of leadership and excellence he leaves behind for future Cardinals to follow. Our Scholar Athlete of the Week from Newfane is Mac Capon, a standout leader who puts forth maximum effort both in the classroom and on the field. Mac is known for his relentless work ethic, balancing the demands of athletics while taking on an extraordinary 6 collegiate-level and AP courses. His drive, leadership, and commitment to excellence make him a prime example of what it means to be a Newfane Scholar Athlete. Our Scholar Athlete from Randolph is Kevin Harrington. Kevin is a proud member of the National Honor Society, consistently earning a place in the High Honor Roll. He sets the tone on the field with his determination, discipline, and ability to motivate his teammates. Whether in school or on the gridiron or in the community, Kevin leads by example, demonstrating integrity, responsibility, and a drive to succeed that makes him a role model for others to follow.
Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu.
Do you love theater? Can't get enough of Broadway shows? Join Buffalo Toronto Public Media this January in New York City for Just in Time, Operation Mincemeat, Buena Vista Social Club, The Play That Goes Wrong, and The Queen of Versailles. Show tickets, hotel, travel, and select meals are included. Space is limited, so don't delay. January 19th through the 23rd. Visit btpm.org/travel.
At PBS, we know that helping students learn is a teacher's top priority. That's why we offer our free, easy-to-use digital platform, PBS Learning Media. With thousands of standards-aligned resources in every subject, plus videos and interactive activities from the trusted programs you know and love. Wildcrats, Nova, Ken Burns, and much more. Find the content you need to enhance lessons and help spark your students' sense of curiosity at PBS Learning Media. Visit pbslearningmedia.org to learn more.
Support for Buffalo Toronto Public Media's Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from your local Denny's. America's Diner is always open. Denny's salutes Section 6 student athletes, serving you with 18 locations throughout the region.
Halftime in Randolph, New York. Welcome back to the SEI Halftime Show. More information at SEIC.com. 47-13, Newfane leads Randolph in this battle of undefeated teams in Week 4 in the top of the Class D standings. Welcome back to the Villa Maria College broadcast booth. Jack Kreuzer and Jim Monis with you. Let's go through the first half where there were plenty of scores to speak of as the Randolph cheerleaders give us a presentation on BTPM Create and BTPM YouTube. So in the first quarter, 3 Newfane scores. Capon to Gerstung for 39 yards, Capon a 2-yard rushing touchdown, and Capon to Spencer for a 40-yard touchdown to make it 21-0 Newfane. Immediately, what stood out to you about Matt Capon in that first quarter?
That you're going to have to find a way to stop him, because not just through the air, you think of the quarterback through the air, they came out with the design runs. He was going to run the ball tonight. They felt like they could run with Capon, and they were correct. Randolph has no answer to stop the run of Capon, let alone the pass.
We didn't see the pass too much, but 2 passing touchdowns in that first quarter. What did you see from Capon in his mechanics and in his finish to get 2 passing touchdowns tonight?
I saw touch. I saw accuracy on the move. I saw the arm strength. We talked about his elbows a little low on the release for a taller quarterback. That's different. It happens. That's just how he throws. It's okay. Everybody throws the way they throw. It's like shooting a basketball. Your form is your form. But he's effective with everything he's doing, and then his running's just nasty. He's violent.
So then go to the second quarter where Newfane explodes for 4 more scores. It was Capon making it 33-0 Newfane at the 7:55 mark of the second quarter. Colin Doxey got hurt in that segment, the beginning half of that second quarter as well, the left tackle and defensive end for Newfane. We haven't seen him return yet tonight for the Panthers, but his replacement in his spot was terrific so far. Dominic Flaherty, the sophomore, making plays on both sides of the field. 2 scores for Randolph to end the first half. Garland with 2 40-plus yard rushing scores to at least give these Randolph fans and all those kids that were here for youth game day appreciation, so to say, something to cheer about at the end of that first half.
Yeah, they're all going to have to go buy their Alex Garland jerseys because he put himself on the scene tonight. What I like about Garland more than anything is he is running away from Newfane defenders, and we know Newfane has speed.
So let's go over the objectives for Randolph. Number 1, ball control.
No, they have not had ball control. They're 3 and out almost every series.
Number 2, create a turnover. They haven't.
They have not.
Number 3, hit on shots.
And they have not. And I think the score reflects 0 for 3 on those objectives. Those are the 3 to compete. They're not getting them. We have a blowout right now.
On the flip side, for Newfane, it's been all positive. I can assume they will pass your test in the first half. Number 1, in Mac we trust. Was Capon all right in that first half?
And more than I even knew when we talked about the objectives, it's because of the design runs. They knew they had something with his running the ball tonight.
Number 2 objective for the Panthers, defensive line test.
Love the way this D-line is played, especially with that wrinkle with Cronkite coming down, muddying up the nose.
Number 3 for Newfane, force predictable passes.
And they have, and they're getting 3 and outs, and it's a blowout. So honestly, you go 3-0 in the objectives, you're blowing them out. You go 0-3, you're not competing. I mean, it is that, there's why you have keys to the game. That's what coaches stress all week.
Is there almost a new objective for Newfane to not let up in this second half. It's a long second half of 24 minutes of football. You don't want this game to get anywhere near close.
As a coaching staff, you have to be smart. It's easy to want to just keep calling the same plays. I wouldn't call any more runs for Max. Get the ball out of his hands. Don't let him get banged on right now. He's your money maker. He's going to get you to the title. So don't overuse him after that incredible first half.
You broke down some film for us on Matt Capon and Kevin McElwain, so let's dive into that with Jim's film breakdown.
Here's our Week 4 film breakdown of Newfane versus Randolph. The first player we're going to spotlight is quarterback Matt Capon, who is a do-everything player, but don't just consider him an offensive player. He plays defense too. As a quarterback, you see the big arm, you see the speed getting out of the pocket, and the playmaking ability. But when you see the defense, he's blowing up people. You need to know where Capon is on the field, or else you could get rocked. Matt Capon, you remind me of the do-everything player for the New Orleans Saints, Taysom Hill. The spotlight player for Randolph will be running back Kevin McElwain. And what I love about McElwain is his ability to create yards in traffic. He's a hard runner and finds hidden yards even when you think the play is over. He shows good speed for a bigger back to bounce outside and gain yards down the sideline, but I like the way he finishes runs, always moving forward. He reminds me of second-round pick for the Cleveland Browns, Quinshon Judkins from Ole Miss.
Yeah, you like that comparison with Taysom Hill.
It was the violence of Capon's hits at safety and linebacker, wherever he lines up, mostly safety, obviously, but he comes down like a linebacker, and that's when it was, this guy is Taysom Hill.
Some scoring updates from around Western New York, brought to you by the Buffalo and Erie County Public Library. Profoundly public at halftime. West Seneca West looking to remain undefeated. They lead Sweet Home 24-7 at halftime in a battle of A1 teams at the top of the standings. How about Barker Royhart in Class C North? They lead Eden North Collins 36-18 at the half, despite Brady Waring's best efforts for the Raiders. There's a battle of 2-0 teams in Class C North that Barker Royhart has the edge on so far. That game being played at Barker tonight. Some other scores from halftime. Medina leads JFK in the first half. Last score we had was at the start of the second quarter when Medina led 14-0. And in a non-league game, Bennett leads Clarence 38-0 at halftime. Salamanca up 20-8 over Falconer, Casadega Valley, Maple Grove in the fourth quarter. Tomorrow, some great games. Jamestown will be at Orchard Park tomorrow at 2 o'clock for homecoming at OP. A battle between Jamestown and OP, both in Class AA. And then Iroquois-Lackawanna also at 8 o'clock tomorrow. Two teams that are 2-0 in Class B2. That game at Lackawanna. Well, you know what it means when Under Sandman starts playing. No, it's not Virginia Tech. It's the Randolph Cardinals. They have taken the field with a light show flashing all over the place, and we're excited for the second half. After this, on Friday Night Lights, this has been the SEI Halftime Show. More information at SEIC.com.
Brighton Wine and Liquor, located at 930 Brighton Avenue in Tonawanda, features wines from all over the world and expert curators who can help you select the right wine or spirit for your occasion. Brighton Wine and Liquor, 930 Brighton Road in Tonawanda.
If you're from Western New York, you know snow. And unfortunately, you know how damaging those annoying potholes can be. But do you know what's involved in filling those potholes so your car tires stay intact? Let me put you on, because maintaining roads involves way more than the average citizen might think. Corey here with Compact Civics. Cities, counties, and states all take part in this process. How? Well, a state might be responsible for filling potholes and paving, but a city handles snow plowing and de-icing. Try and imagine a city or town without a public works department. No one to manage schools, hospitals, roads, bridges, airports, water, sewage, parks, beaches. We deserve these spaces, and our taxes pay for it all. So, next time you drive across a smooth road or see a snowplow clearing one, appreciate it. Public works are the backbone of what keeps our communities and quality of life thriving.
What if your spare change could help protect the public media you love? When you link your Visa or MasterCard at btpm.roundforgood.com, your everyday purchases are rounded up to the nearest dollar. At the end of the month, that change becomes one simple donation to Buffalo Toronto Public Media, fueling public media and strengthening our community. One cup of coffee, one grocery run, one roundup at a time. You're in control. Pause or cancel anytime. It's simple. It adds up. Small change, big impact.
Buffalo Toronto Public Media has new and innovative ways to generate revenue for your business. We have a robust menu of digital features that can help your business grow. Contact Bill Saurer at 716-845-7000.
It was an exciting first couple of drives this game, and then the Newfane Panthers took over. Matt Capon, 6 total touchdowns through the first half for Newfane, who leads Randolph 47-13 through 2 quarters of play on Friday Night Lights on Buffalo Toronto Public Media. Welcome back to Randolph, New York. Jack Kreuzer and Jim Monos with you, and we'll be with you for as long as this game takes.
Jack,
for Randolph, they kick off the opening play to start the second half.
You're making it sound like this could take a while, Jack. It's just a half of football. How far did you say Newfane is away?
2.5 hours.
And you said that is not a chartered flight for them.
I don't think they got the PJ for this one, no.
It's a long night home. So when you win a game like this, it makes it a little easier. I can tell you when I worked for the Bills, we lost in London to Jacksonville. And I can tell you the flight home wasn't as fun as the flight there. When you lose and have those long drives, for Newfane it'll be fine tonight, but those are long rides.
Yeah.
I didn't know that anybody would have that type of bus ride in a high school game. 2.5.
Yeah. Well, this is the
one.
first year for Newfane in Class D, playing a lot of schools down here. But Wilson had to do that last year. And comparatively, Wilson won 2 games last year in their first year in Class D. Granted, they played mostly juniors at every position. Wilson is now 3-0 this year in Class D. Perhaps that played a role in them figuring it out, playing against an entirely new division for Bill Atlas and his club. But now Newfane shows doesn't take any adjustment period when you have number 11 at quarterback and safety. They're rolling to, for their sake, hopefully be 4-0 after tonight. And Newfane doesn't have a quote-unquote challenging game until the last 2 weeks of the season when they take on Gowanda Pine Valley. And then they're at Wilson for rivalry game week 8.
Well, they're not going to sneak up on anybody. If they were, it's over. Like, you do this every week. We talked about the video game stats and all the yards per play. It doesn't seem sustainable, but it actually has been sustainable for 4 weeks. So it's not really a fluke. This is a loaded machine team that I don't care anytime you play them, you may as well just try to find a way to stop Capon running the ball and then hope you have a chance. But if he's going to run the ball, you can't beat this team.
Denny's kickoff fielded at the 15-yard line for Morello of Newfane as he gets hit at the 25-yard line. Briere with another big tackle. Hayden Briere, the junior, with a big special teams play as well. He's jumped off the page.
Great night for Briere. You know, he's a defensive tackle, but then you look and you see he's 170 pounds, and I'm smiling because, you know, that's why he's on kickoff team making big hits. That's why you see him in the open field on defense wherever he is down the line. He can run. He's making plays in space. Active player highlight for Randolph tonight.
There's a player that if he was up on a team that we had last week, Jamestown or Lancaster, probably playing at cornerback or safety.
At 170.
First down and 10 for Newfane, who won the coin toss to start the game. They deferred. That's why they get the ball to start the second half. Capon tucks and runs from his own 28-yard line. There goes Matt Capon, left sideline, stays in bounds to the 40, and he's out. Oh, a gain of around 40 yards on the first play from scrimmage of the second half for Mac Capon. For a guy who told us he wanted to go to the offensive lineman weightlifting program over the summer, just because he wanted to get a little stronger, and every chance he could to get into the weight room, he would take it. You wonder if Capon will ever come out of this game, just given his stamina.
That was a basic design. It was a quarterback draw just to gain. Really, that was designed to gain 5 yards, get the drive moving. It wasn't meant to get 40. That's just the type of night it is right now.
They
30.
Do say he stepped out of bounds across midfield at the 49 of Randolph. So a gain of about 20 yards on the ground for Capon. First down and 10, handoff left side, Camelo Flowers follows the blocks. He's stopped there at the line of scrimmage, runs out of bounds into the Newfane bench area. Jack Kreuzer and Jim Monis with you on Friday Night Lights, supported by our members. And Brighton Liquor and Wine, 930 Brighton Road in Tonawanda. Chuck Nagel studies his play card across the field. At this point, Jim, you think Newfane's going to show anything that they haven't already on film?
No. At this point, it is get out of this game healthy, efficiently, be smart, everybody. You want to keep the clock moving. No need to go out of bounds there. Nice bounce.
And off right side, Flowers again bounces away from another, then gets bodied out of play and a stare down after Flowers goes down. Davion Johnson looks healthy to me, Coach. He didn't start the game because he was dealing with a bit of an injury, but that stare down shows you, yeah, Johnson's feeling okay to start this second half. Brings up third down and long.
Small victories for Randolph. Have to do that. It's good to see the excitement. That's good. You're fighting. Hey, you have a half to play. Your tape is your resume. We always say that in football. This is what you put on tape. This is a job interview, so go out there and make hits.
I'm sure even for Nate Armella and his staff, they do want to pull up film from this game tomorrow in their team meeting and highlight some positive plays. You're going to see Johnson there, and you're going to see Briere at the special teams plays as well. Third down, 8 to go for Newfane at midfield. Swing pass far side, and that's a backward pass and a fumble, and it's recovered by Randolph. The loose ball was free at the 45, and the Cardinals get the ball.
Yeah, just a backward swing, turns into a lateral drop. It's a fumble, not an incomplete pass. No way I would run that play. No reason to run that play, but you gave life to Randolph.
It's a long second half. I know 47-13 is the score in favor of Newfane, but, well, last week there was a minute 40 left against Lancaster for Jamestown, and they were down 13 points and came back to win it in less than 2 minutes. There are ways that Randolph can get some energy and momentum here.
I agree. Ways to get energy, momentum is a good way to say that. Winning might be hard. But if you're Newfane, like you said, you want to come out and just win this game. Just run the ball. There's no reason to give up turnovers right now and get sloppy. You don't want to be sloppy in the second half.
Jackson Morrison in the gun for Randolph, marching right to left in this third quarter of action from Raymond Van Wee Stadium. Pitch to the left side. Garland gets past one wave and another. Then he's met after a pickup of 4 or 5 yards. He ran right into Weston Henning, the 6'3", 205-pound sophomore defensive tackle at the 39-yard line. It's a gain of 5 for Garland.
Yeah, Garland's running hard. The team's fighting. That was good blocking up front. Get what you can. But his explosion, his first step explosion is real.
Second down, 5 to go at 39 for Randolph. Home red uniforms. They've become synonymous across New York State football with winning over the last 20 years or so. Haven't made it to the state playoffs in a good bit, however. Morrison, swing pass, right side, caught. And a gain of about 5. There's the tight end, Carter Conley. Jake Morello, the tackle, after a gain of just about a yard. Third down and 5 for Randolph.
I can't help with Morello. This whole night, I'm just thinking Edelman. Julian Edelman from the Patriots. He's a slot receiver. He catches the ball. He's a returner. He makes people miss in space. He's tough in defense, coming up, making tackles like that in the box for a small kid. He's a football player.
Just a junior at 5'7", 160, playing outside linebacker for Newfane. Third down. 5 to go at the 39 for Randolph. Morrison, keeper, right side, goes nowhere. Maybe a yard for the Cardinals to bring up 4th and short. Well, 4th and 3. You think Julian Edelman is a Hall of Famer, a true Hall of Famer?
I do not.
Wow.
In fact, that's another topic, but Hall of Fame is oversaturated, in my opinion, in the NFL. Too many people getting in. I'd like to see it almost be an every other year thing. It can get a little watered down. They have to be careful. I think Prime, Deion Sanders said there's certain levels of gold jacket. There's different colors of that gold jacket. You know, there's your prime, and then guys sneaking in 30 years later. You know, it's like there's certain guys you don't even think about, and then certain guys, is he?
Fourth down and 3 for Randolph. Morrison handoff right side. Garland lowers the shoulder, wrapped up near the hips at the 35, and a stop for the Newfane defense. As if they needed more momentum, Newfane swings it right back after the fumble. A turnover on downs against Randolph.
It's a basic ISO on 4th and short. Not real creative there. They tried. It was just me against you. Who can win up front? Newfane won up front.
Well, when Randolph got creative in the first half, there was the fumble the other way that was scooped up by Newfane. Resulted in one of their scores in the first half. So the Panthers take over. 47-13, they lead. Wonder what the plans are tonight for Newfane fans that made the drive once they get home. Probably sleep. It's a long 2.5-hour drive home.
They may have to find a resort. Is there a city in between they could stop off and enjoy themselves? And
They might stop in Clarence, maybe, if you go that way.
I think there's a goat farm in Clarence I took my son to.
First down and 10 for Newfane. Oh, a stop at the backfield. The run from Flowers goes nowhere. Randolph's defense showing some life.
Tricky right now as a play caller for Newfane. You got to keep the clock moving. You can really be simple and run the ball every single play and punt it, and you're going to win the game. Do you throw the ball and keep the clock, keep the ball in your hands? Does it look like you're running it up? So it's a little tricky as a play caller. You don't want to look like you're trying to run it up. But at some point, Randolph's going to have to stop them. We have to call plays. We have to do things on offense.
Second down and 10. I think on BTPM Create, we just saw an Aiden Cronkite jersey in the stands on a Newfane fan. Second down and 10. Capon takes a shot. Left side, incomplete.
So right on cue, as I said, it can get very boring and easy to just call a run every play when you know the game is in hand. You just got to roll the clock. That was a kill shot. They took a shot down the sideline, a little 40-yard deep ball.
Isaiah Gerstung wanted one there. Couldn't break free, incomplete. Third down and 10. Well, like you said, for Newfane, sometimes in this late, I don't want to call it late game situation, but this dead game, so to call it, you just want to work on some things, and maybe that deep ball is something that Capon wants to work on a little bit.
Yeah.
You're not buying it.
Up 30. Yeah, deep balls might not be in your repertoire, but I get, yeah, it's a stretch.
Third down and 10 at the 35. Morello in motion. Keeper, Capon, left side, jukes past one, bowls over another. It's a gain of 9 to set up 4th and 1.
And you don't need to punt the ball. You could run that play the rest of the drive until they stop it or the clock runs out and you go home. It's that simple. And that's what I mean with tricky as a play caller. It's hard not to take a shot every now and then.
There is that conversation about running a score up, about padding stats, so to say. Capon 6 touchdowns this game is already enough to get plenty of recognition across Western New York. But people see the newspaper and go, holy crow, Matt Capon had 6 touchdowns at Newfane, or at Randolph. 4th down and 1, they're going to go for it. Or maybe not. Capon takes timeout as Newfane sees how Randolph lines up. 5:08 to go in the third quarter. 47-13, Newfane the lead. So in Class D, there were 3 undefeated teams at the top of the standings entering Week 4. Newfane and Randolph were one of them, and Wilson was the other. So after tonight, we know at least there will be 1 undefeated team remaining. But when we take a peek at the Class D standings on BTPM Create, Newfane looks like they'll cement themselves atop this class. And they won't clash with Wilson until Week 8 of the regular season in their big rivalry game.
Interesting, up 30-some, needing a timeout on 4th and short. Get things right, I guess. I think I know what the play call is going to be.
4th down and 1. Capon, pitch, right side. Morello looks like he's short. Taken down by Davion Johnson. Turnover on downs against Newfane.
Well, I was wrong. I thought the play call was going to be to the unstoppable Capon, but sometimes you get bored on games like this and you want to run a little trickery, a little misdirection, a little reverse, trying to get around the edge. Randolph wasn't having it. All you had to do was keep keeping the ball, shotgun, run ahead, or sneak it. But hey, long game.
It's easy up here.
Always easy. I'm undefeated.
1st and 10 for Randolph. They take over on offense. Who would have thought this second half would start with a Newfane fumble and a Newfane turnover on downs. Handoff for Garland for Randolph on 1st and 10 at the 44. Pounds across the 40 for a pickup of 8.
And they're now having Josiah Neal, who is a freshman at center. And we pay attention to a freshman at center because he's the one right now having to deal with Cronkite walking up and getting things crazy up there at nose tackle linebacker. I give him credit. He's really just trying to cut him right now, and that's what they've come up with as their scheme. But they're asking Josiah Neal just to cut Cronkite at the nose to try, and at least they had some positive yards there.
I wonder where you get an Aiden Cronkite jersey. You think some parents making that?
Dick's, maybe.
Maybe.
Is that a nil deal?
We might have NIL in high school. 2nd down, 4 to go. Morrison looking for a shot. Left side has his man. Incomplete. Through the hands of Gavin Larson.
And it goes back to when you take your shot, you got to hit the shot. Pretty throw by Morrison. Tough one. Good tracking by Larson. Just couldn't get it in. It was over his head a little bit. He was trying to. He wanted to probably shoot his hands a little bit later. You want to see it. You want to run to the last second, then shoot your hands. Sammy Watkins was outstanding at that for the Bills. And right there, I think that was a catchable ball for Larson.
Morrison put enough air under it. Dropped at the 5. Play goes back to the 38. 3rd down, 3 to go for Randolph, trailing 47-13. Handoff, Garland lowers the shoulder, tripped up. Morello, the tackle at the knees. The gain of just 1. 4th down and a yard. It's a long yard for Randolph's offense. Working right to left in this 3rd quarter. Clock down to under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd.
Yeah, Randolph's in no hurry. Very smart. Both teams are trying to try to get through this game right now. Run the clock, run some plays, be tough.
4th down. About 1.5 yards to go at the far side of the 35-yard line. Morrison in the gun. Fullback in front of the halfback. Garland to give, and a snuff out from the defense. Nasir Spencer, the tackle for loss for Newfane. Cameron Stover blow it up as well. The Panthers create a turnover on downs against Randolph.
Another bright spot for Newfane is Cameron Stover. I love the way he contributed running the ball, but you've seen him on defense space making plays. He's tough. He's reading things quick. It's a good football team.
1st down and 10 at the 40-yard line for Newfane. On the right hash, the Panthers looking to add on to their mighty lead of 34. For league standings, you want to win by at least 20 to get the power points in the standings. Pitch to the right side. Spencer from right to left on the jet sweep. Goes across the field to the 45. Let's pause 15 seconds for station identification. This is Friday Night Lights.
This is Braden Klinger from Lancaster. You're listening to Friday Night Lights on BTPM, NPR, WBFO, and WBFO HD1 Buffalo. WBJ Jamestown, WOLN Olean, a service of Buffalo Toronto Public Media.
2nd down, 6 to go for Newfane at the 44, taking their time. Under 3 minutes to go in this 3rd quarter. Jack Kreuzer and Jim Monis with you for Friday Night Lights in partnership with Section 6, presented by Villa Maria College. Capon looking to throw on 2nd and 5, runs up the left side as the 1st down across the 45 to the 40. He's down on the far side of the field. Matt Capon tearing it up. Gavin Larson makes the tackle.
Nice job by Larson in the open field. Capon's getting ready to have another huge run, making people miss. For a guy his size, he does a nice job of making people miss. He's not just a straight-ahead run-you-over guy. He has a feel. Larson, nice job throwing his body in there, making that tackle.
1st down and 10 at the 42 maybe it's just my Buffalo sports fan in me, but every time Matt Capon takes off to run in this type of game, I get a little worried. I just want him to stay healthy.
And that's the natural. Anybody who's a fan of football knows your quarterback cannot get hurt.
Morello on the jet sweep, left to right, plenty of blocking. Goes outside of it, though, and takes a beating for it. Behind the line of scrimmage, he gets bumped. And a little conversation with Alex Garland. Well, Morello will jabber-jaw his way across the field. Alex Morello, or Jake Morello, I beg your pardon, and Alex Garland going at it.
That was a car crash-like collision in football. Both guys coming full speed in that angle. Garland felt that one too. Morello delivered the blow too. Look, Garland's still walking around back there. He felt that one.
With as strong as Jake Morello is, I wouldn't guess that he listens to the type of music that he does, if that makes any sense. That on a minute. Capon under duress, gets taken down and rolled up on behind the line of scrimmage at the 40-yard line. Capon pops up as the ball comes incomplete. There's the type of play I'm saying. I'm getting worried with Capon getting under pressure in, at this point, a 34-point ball game.
Yeah, I'm agreeing with you on that, Jack. That one, you know.
He's wrapped up at the legs, and then a player comes over the top, and you just wince.
Clock stopping, you're risking injury. This thing isn't as complicated as you're making it right now. You just need to run the ball. You can do some quick screens if you want to get Morello the ball on the line of scrimmage to make a play, but you don't have to drop back, get your quarterback hit right now, stop the clock. That's poor football.
Third down, 12 to go. Newfane has turned the ball over twice in this third quarter. On a fumble and a turnover on downs and a flag at the snap. This likely against Newfane. At the 44-yard line, it's a false start against the Panthers. That'll back them up with 1:42 to go in the third quarter. Friday Night Lights on BTPM is supported by SEI. More information at SEIC.com. Third down at the 49-yard line of Randolph. 17 to go. Now Capon almost forced to pass here. I don't know if you could say forced. You could run on third.
I'd run it here too, yeah, I would.
Capon, 1 second, stares far side, and it's tipped. Oh, incomplete. In and out of the hands of Gavin Larson. Should have been picked.
Should have been picked. Look, that's fine. I mean, I guess if this is what you want to do as Newfane, but there's really no reason to be doing this. You are doing nothing. You're gaining no yards. You're taking up no clock. You're risking your quarterback getting hurt, almost an interception. It's real simple. You just have to run the ball, and the game is over.
Back-to-back weeks now, we've seen some head-scratching decisions in the second half. Different scenarios with Lancaster last week, but still some head-scratching decisions.
This one is. I'm not. Last week was debatable. I mean, hey, they punted the ball. I thought he should have punted it out of bounds. That's okay. That's debatable. This one's not debatable. You run the clock, you run the ball, and get your players out, get your starters out of the field.
Fourth down, Capon. Oh, what a punt. Didn't know he had that in him. Fielded at the 12-yard line, and the special teams unit is down there, led by, guess who? Jake Morello. Actually, have a clip from Jake Morello. Spoke to him earlier this week. Transfer over from South Carolina last summer. Going from Ainer, South Carolina to Newfane. He said, yeah, he's found a little bit of a home and a family here in Western New York.
I mean, it's a great community, definitely. And then, I mean, just the football team is we're just a big family. I didn't really have, I mean, I had that in South Carolina, but it's different here.
That accent is something else for a kid in Newfane. Does it take you back to your days in South Carolina, Jim?
Yeah, I'm smiling. I lived there for 10 years. I actually left South Carolina twice to move to Western New York, so I can relate to what he's going through. Couldn't be polar opposite places.
First and 10 for Randolph at their own 18. Jake Morello making plays on all sides of the field for Newfane. Cronkite into the backfield for the Panther defense, and he blows up the run for Garland.
Yeah, at this point, I get it from Randolph. You're not trying to do anything special. Let's just get the drive going, get some clock moving, a little dive. Cronkite's everywhere inside. Tough matchup for the freshman center right now.
Gerstund there as well, coming from the cornerback position. 47-13, Newfane the lead over Randolph. That score brought to you by Mr. Goodbar, your home for away games on Elmwood Avenue. Final minute of the third quarter. For Randolph, all about execution at this point. How well can you execute each play when there isn't so much energy and emotion on the field? Morrison in the gun. Oh, check that. Steps up under center now. In motion is Conley at tight end. Fake of the give for Morrison. Rolls to his right, looking to take a shot. He airs it out, looking for Larson, and it's 5 yards over his head. Incomplete at the 50. He had Larson there, but Larson either slowed up or wasn't expecting such a long pass.
They rolling out to the right, tough throw for Morrison. It's a deep pass, it's like a corner route, and they weren't on the same page where he threw it, so he was trying to track the ball. Two guys were there if they had to make the play in coverage as well. Kind of a jump ball type thing. That's not a way to make a living. You're better off just running some plays right now. That was a one-man route.
Jackson Morrison can make a living playing golf, though, it seems. He said he picked up golf recently. Now, I don't know how much he was pulling my leg during our interview, but he said he's a 6 handicap, 6 or 7. Might have been messing with me.
The only way to find out how good people are at golf is let them play for money.
I don't want to play Jackson Morrison for money, so just for the record.
That's the only way you're going to find out. It gets a little tight when your money's on the line.
3rd down and 13 to go for Morrison. Handoff. Garland up the middle. Gets about 4 back to the line of scrimmage and beyond it by a yard for Morrison. I think it was just a way to sneak in a 6-7 joke at me.
I like that.
Yeah.
I would never do that.
Oh, you wouldn't. I didn't think you're on social media enough to do that. We're the end of the 3rd quarter. We got one from Newfane this week and Randolph. They both hit me with one. I don't think they think that I know what it is. Regardless, more on that and around Western New York when we come back. Some final score updates for you from Randolph. This is Friday Night Lights. End of the 3rd quarter, 47-13. Newfane on top of Randolph. This is Friday Night Lights presented by Villa Maria College.
Support for Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from SEI. SEI proudly supports the WNED Foundation, connecting communities through the Friday Night Lights tradition. More information at SEIC.com.
What if your spare change could help protect the public media you love? When you link your Visa or MasterCard at btpm.roundforgood.com, your everyday purchases are rounded up to the nearest dollar. At the end of the month, that change becomes one simple donation to Buffalo Toronto Public Media, fueling public media and strengthening our community. One cup of coffee, one grocery run, one roundup at a time. You're in control. Pause or cancel anytime. It's simple. It adds up. Small change, big impact.
She said this, well, he said that. The truth will come out.
Wondering what the buzz is? What's the hot goss? Whatever it is, we're talking about it on Group Chat, your weekly connection to the unpredictable, weird, and wonderful world of pop culture, from film, theater to food, blockbusters, and beyond. Every week with Tiffany Bentley and her revolving panel of pop culture enthusiasts. Listen to Group Chat on Fridays at 10 a.m. and Saturdays at noon on BTPM NPR.
I'm very excited.
Do you love theater? Can't get enough of Broadway shows? Join Buffalo Toronto Public Media this January in New York City for Just in Time, Operation Mincemeat, Buena Vista.
Back on BTPM, create for the 4th quarter, 47-13. The lead for Newfane, 4th down and 10. Punt for Morrison, fielded at the 48-yard line, or rather the 43-yard line by Cameron Stover for Newfane. So this game so far, it was close on the first drive, I want to say. Newfane won the toss, Jim, and chose to defer. Randolph got the ball, 3 and out. And then Newfane's offense marched down the field, running the ball 10 yards a carry. Touchdown Capon, 2-point conversion, good. And they never looked back. 6 touchdowns for the man you see on BTPM Create, number 11 in white, Mac Capon. 4 on the ground, 2 through the air. A standout performance for Capon in a game where there's certainly been some adversity. You're on the road. You have a 2.5-hour bus ride to get to Randolph from Newfane. There was plenty of questions coming into this game. Had Newfane played anyone good? Did his stats add up so far? And Capon has proved his worth so far. 12. In this game. So we do have a new quarterback there, number 12, Jesse Huey, sophomore, 5'11", 155. And the first play for Huey. Goes nowhere. He's down at the line of scrimmage. So there, finally, Matt Capen's day is done as we begin the fourth quarter. Chuck Nagel's team brings in a sophomore quarterback.
Chuck Nagel did a nice job to start the game. When you defer, that's exactly what your goal is. You come out, you get a 3 and out, and then you march right down the field and score. You've sent the message to the other team clear. We wanted you to have the ball because we don't think you can do anything. Give it to us and watch how quick we score. That set the message, and they never looked back.
Huey, handoff Flowers, right side. Can't break away from the tackler. He gets wrapped up at the line of scrimmage by Conley. No gain to bring up third down and long. 47-13 the lead. Newfane over Randolph. Beautiful night in Randolph, New York in Class D. Love getting out here to Class D. It really speaks to the mission of Buffalo Toronto Public Media, highlighting the communities in our region, serving the underserved. This is the first time Randolph has been on television and radio in well over a decade. So proud to be here tonight with BTPM and showcase this town, this community, and highlight some of their student athletes like Kevin McElwain, who's our scholar athlete and a terrific player. Jim did a film breakdown for him during halftime. 3rd down and 9 for Newfane. Morello dancing around in the backfield, trying to break free off the screen pass. Gets maybe a yard to the 41. Just love being down here in Chautauqua County in this, Chautauqua and Cattaraugus County, that is, in this early half of the football season. Spent quite a long time down here in the southern tier. Are you used to the Jamestown, Randolph area yet?
I think this is the first time I've ever been in a hamlet.
Yeah, the hamlet of Randolph.
I still don't know what that is and what qualifies you living in a hamlet, but I don't mind being in and out of a hamlet.
Well, as long as you don't live in a Macbeth, I think you're okay.
That sounds terrifying.
4th down punting situation. Capen back out of the field for Newfane just to boot this one. And it's returned up the far side, and Capen has to make a tackle. Last one there, and he does at the 45. Returned by Chris Smith, the 5'10 junior, jolted up the far sideline. Capen slowed up after he punted. He didn't want to make a play there. He was forced to.
And as a coach, I would tell him it's okay. You actually don't need to make that play. I've seen look, coaches have told quarterback, you throw an interception, you don't have to make that tackle. It's not worth the risk of when you put your arms out to make tackles. That's when you can, your elbows, ligaments, things you don't know in your throwing arm can get messed up when you go in there. So I'm not saying that would happen with Capen. That's at a higher level, obviously. I mean,
But Matt Capen's a football guy. You can't turn those instincts off.
He's not turning anything off.
1st down and 10 for Randolph at their own 45. Under 9 minutes to go in the 4th quarter on Friday Night Lights in week 4. Through 3 weeks, we've had, 2.5 really good ball games. This one, not so much, but we appreciate you staying with us on BTPM. Wherever you're joining us, Garland with the carry on the right side, picks up about 3. Weston Henning, the defensive tackle sophomore, makes the tackle there. 2nd down and long for Randolph.
Yeah, Henning had some hustle down the line there to make that tackle. That's what I'm saying. You're going to get some valuable reps still. I like the way Randolph's just going slow right now. There's no reason to play hurry up and get out of control. Just run some good plays. Take something positive out of this if you can. Alex Garland for Randolph is a guy that he can come out of this game with his head high. Like, he stepped up tonight and showed some skills.
2nd down at 7, handoff right side, a burst through the line for Garland. Across the 40, he's got the 1st down, a pickup of 15. That was impressive to slip through the offensive line with all the bodies near the line of scrimmage. Came out untouched in the 1st down for Randolph.
And that's how he's run all night. His hips are very loose. He has a nice way to kind of swivel through there and gain extra yards. I just like his style. He's fast, he's tough, got good vision.
First down and 10 at the 39 for Randolph. 7 minutes to go in the 4th. Newfane with their 2nd stringers out there, looking to show something, earn a little playing time. Newfane shows 5. They send 5. Fake of the give for Garland for Randolph. Morrison looking to air it out middle of the field. Conley comes back to it, and he makes the grab. Down at the 20, and a flag is where he made the play. Let's see if this one is on Conley for offensive pass interference, or is it rather on the backup defensive back, or his work against the big tight end for Randolph. Given the motion of the two teams on the field, everyone's moving toward the 20-yard line, looking like this will be against Newfane. But first, Al Fieser wants to have a conversation with Jackson Morrison and Carter Conley before giving us the call. Now it's pass interference on Newfane. They decline, and it is a first down for Randolph at the 20.
Beautiful design. It was a design to get Conley a deep shot down the middle of the field, a little delay. I would have liked to seen a play like that to Conley in the second quarter. That was a very nice play to take a shot down the field. We talked about that, and they hit on it. Nice job coming back for the ball. Good ball skills by Conley.
I'm impressed with how many people are still here, Jim. Everyone in Randolph is still here, and June is probably still watching. June Gugino, if you're still up at 7 years old, watching on YouTube, let us know in the comments. We said we'd check on you around 10 o'clock. Pitch to the right side. Run up the right side to the 10 for Garland. Near the first down marker, Alex Garland proving his worth for Randolph. Head held high.
Nice toss. Lead blockers got right behind him. I like the way he runs with patience. He's not just running crazy right now. Running with a purpose.
Well, I take it back, Jim. We were just informed that June Gugino, daughter of Todd Gugino Jr., who's working the Lions tonight, and the granddaughter of Todd Gugino Sr., who's the back judge tonight, she's in the stadium. June's here. We got to give her a T-shirt or something if we can find her.
She may get on air. We got to get her on air.
Bailey Kritoph might have to find June Gugino. Good luck, Bailey. First and goal at the 9 for Randolph, looking to cut in to the 34-point deficit. It's a give to Conley, lowers the shoulder, pounds to the 6. That's an interesting wrinkle. I'd like to see a little more Carter Conley out of the backfield.
That was nice. They faked the toss to Garland and then quick give on a little redirect to Conley coming back in. Like a quick hitter dive, trap type to Conley. Big body, getting extra yards right ahead in the goal line. Like that design, especially with the way Garland's working.
I'd like to see a little more from the gadget guy, Sarai Johnson, the freshman wide receiver and safety that we haven't seen. You're gesturing me to pump the brakes. Why that?
They got to get through the game.
Yeah,
you don't want to show too much. You might want to save him for another game. You don't want to give away stuff because that is your tape and they can see it. But to your point, yeah, you would like to get some other players involved right now.
Under pressure, Morrison escapes right side, tosses it end zone, touchdown. Gavin Larson on the receiving end of the Randolph score. Halfway through the fourth, the Cardinals cut into the deficit, 47-19.
Nice job, Morrison, extending out of the pocket, looking for anything he can to get a touchdown. Larson does a nice job of following Morrison as he's scrambling to his right and broke free wide open. Nice touch by Morrison.
A reason to cue the light show. It's impressive. They didn't have these when I was in high school, and I know they didn't when you were, Jim. The LED lights at these stadiums.
LED lights? We didn't have lights. I was playing Saturday morning games in Harrisburg, PA.
Morrison, 2-point conversion attempt, incomplete pass. 4:35 to go in the fourth quarter. Randolph scores again. That's back-to-back scores for the Cardinals going back to the end of the first half. This one, Gavin Larson's first receiving touchdown of the season for the senior. Score brought to you by Mr. Goodbar, your home for away games on Elmwood Avenue.
Special teams, don't let anything slip up. Stay strong right now. Once again, we treat this as a practice. So, hey, you don't have a lot of time during the week to practice special teams. Be strong right now. If you want to practice an onside kick, great chance to do it.
So we've had some terrific games so far this season. On BTPM Create, we get a look at our broadcast schedule so far. Health Sciences beat Orchard Park in Week 1, 40-13. That was a close game till the fourth quarter. Salamanca beat Springville on the road, 35-7 in a C-South battle. That game was 14-7 at halftime. Salamanca screeched out a victory with Cameron Bowser's 3 touchdowns. Then last week, Jamestown comes back to beat Lancaster in the final 2 minutes, down by 13 with 1:40 to go. They win it 33-26, and in Week 4, Newfane looking to come away with a big divisional win to stay undefeated. Next week, you caught a sneak peek there. Eden hosts Medina. That should be a fun matchup in Class C North. We're hitting every division, Jim. We were up in AA last week. We had C South Week 2, AA versus A1 Week 1. We're in D Week 4. Really a smorgasbord of divisions so far on FNL.
Yeah, but every week we get to see playmakers that not necessarily the guys we highlight. Those guys usually show up too, but there's always players we're not sure, right, Jack, that just show up, and that's always what I love about scouting, watching games.
Newfane on the Denny's kickoff receives the kick, and a little trickery on the return as Flowers received it and then ran across the field and pitched it to Morello running opposite him, and it resulted in maybe a gain of an extra 5. But again, there's another thing on tape. I just asked if we could get something fun on tape, and you said not a smart idea, and then Newfane does something like that.
I would not have done that if I'm Newfane. But you know what? You prepare for that anyway when you
Sure.
play teams. I mean, most teams have a reverse in their return. But like I said, I wouldn't show anything right now.
Perhaps, though, like you said at the start of the half, that's Newfane saying, we've tried it in practice, let's try it on the field.
It's fair.
Try it against an actual.
It's fair, and those are their playmakers too. Those are the big time players. So they got them the ball. They wanted to see something run there.
First down and 10 at the 32. I'm excited for our game next Friday. Brady Waring with Eden North Collins set a state record with 9 touchdown passes in Week 2 against Western New York Maritime Tapestry. And it looks like Eden has picked up their first loss this evening. Or at least they were on the way to. We'll get a scoring update as soon as possible. Run up the right side for Tristan Smith. He's met by Carter Conley at the yard to gain line. Yeah, scoring update from out of town, brought to you by the Buffalo and Erie County Public Library, profoundly public. Barker Royhart leads Eden North Collins 50-24 halfway through the fourth quarter at Barker. Eden is driving, but down by 26. For reference, Newfane beat Barker Royhart in a non-league game in Week 1, 34-15. It was funny, Jim, before the game when you were talking to Chuck Nagel, the head coach of the Panthers, and you asked, are these video game numbers sustainable? What was his answer?
No, but they are. I mean, he's proven it. I mean, he didn't think so either, but I mean, he was being realistic, but to come out like they did, especially in the first half, they called a different second half, but that was right on pace of what they've done the first 3 weeks. Nothing has slowed this team up.
Tristan Smith, a run for 5 yards after a penalty brought back that first down run for Smith. This will be second down and 11.
Whoever can find a way to slow down Capon running the ball, that's the team you need to pay attention to see how that game goes for Newfane. When he's not having success getting 10 yards or 20 yards a carry, how does this offense look? I still think it's going to be tough to stop, but it's almost impossible if he's going to run the ball like that.
Perhaps a team like Silver Creek Forestville is watching this game, and their coaches are saying, you know what, Jim Monis, we were just drawing that up. That's who they've got next week on the road. Silver Creek Forestville gave Randolph a real tight game. 15-6 was the final last week. Randolph won it. But halfway through the season, this may be the turning point where teams separate themselves as Smith gets to the outside on second down and 11. Pickup of about 5 for Newfane. Clock under 3 minutes to go in the fourth. Now, after tonight, Jim, this is the midway point of the regular season. Believe it or not, we will turn the calendar to October next week. Feels like it was just yesterday. We were traveling around the region, seeing Gowanda Pine Valley during their training camp.
I thought that was last year.
That time's a funny thing, isn't it? You ever see Interstellar?
Yes.
Terrific movie. McConaughey. I'm not a movie guy, and that's...
You're not. You caught me off guard. I was like,
Yeah.
I thought you told me you weren't a big movie guy.
But Interstellar. Time, unbelievable thing.
Was McConaughey his usual...
He was all right.
I got you. That's why you know I was going to say.
3rd down and 5. Near side, a run for the backup quarterback, Jesse Huey, for Newfane, out of bounds. Picks up the 1st down to the 44-yard line, stops the clock with 1:47 to go in the 4th.
Yeah, no need to go out of bounds right now. The coaches can mention that to the runners, too. That's part of the whole thing. Hey, guys, we're going to call these plays, and actually, if you get close to the sideline, you can go ahead and slide. Keep that clock a-moving.
It's really a high IQ play.
No, no. What you're saying is true, but I think that's where the coach can. You're right. It is a high. That's why the coach needs to say, "Hey guys, I know we want to gain yards, but hey, if the play's over, you don't need to go out of bounds. Just get down. Let's get this thing moving. Let's get on the bus." 2.5 hours.
Likely what head coach Chuck Nagel told us before the game about Newfane. And even we played it on the screen. He likes to make those adjustments and teach in the moment as soon as a mistake is made. That's certainly one that perhaps he just yelled across the field, hey, next time, Huey, go down.
Go down.
Run on the right side. No gain for Smith. So next week we will be with Eden and Medina. Medina was on the verge of playing 8-man football this year with not a lot of numbers returning to their team this season, but they've got a stellar quarterback and a star pitcher on the baseball diamond in Preston Woodworth. Christian Moss is a star running back for Medina. And on the flip side, you've got Eden North Collins with, again, the Nellis brothers out wide who are terrific, and Brady Waring, who will be looking to bounce back after a loss tonight as they're trailing by 26 against Barker Royhart. Hope you can join us next Friday. That's the final scheduled Friday Night Lights broadcast of the season, as a handoff to Smith goes for about 15 yards for Newfane down to the 40. And this game is history. Newfane with a statement in Class D, defeating Randolph 47-19 in Week 4. The Panthers move to 4-0 on the season. And at the midway point of 2025, McKay has solidified himself as one of the best in Western New York with 6 touchdowns this evening. We will step aside after the handshakes and invite you back for the Villa Maria College post-game show, where we will talk to that man, number 11 in white, McKay will join us for a post-game interview along with Chuck Nagel for Newfane. They've got 4 games left in the regular season. They're halfway to an undefeated season. Speaking of time as an interesting thing, still plenty of time left in this season. But for Newfane, their next 2.5 hours will be met with glee. 47-19, Newfane the win. Final on Friday Night Lights in Week 4. Stick around for the Villa Maria College post-game show after this.
Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu.
BTPM's Friday Night Lights, in partnership with Section 6, is presented by Villa Maria College, advancing educational opportunity for all of Western New York. Friday Night Lights is supported by our members and by the WNED Foundation Incorporated. Mr. Goodbar, your headquarters for watching away games on Elmwood Avenue. Denny's, America's Diner, is always open. Brighton Liquor and Wine, 930 Brighton Road in Tonawanda. And by SEI. More information at SEIC.com.
I want to talk to you about the monstrous mythological salamander from antiquity. What does that have to do with civics? Bear with me. Hey people, Corey here with Compact Civics. In 1812, Massachusetts Governor Elbridge Gerry and his party, the Democratic Republicans, hated the other party, the Federalists. Back then, voting districts were determined by the boundaries of a county. Jerry and his buddies took advantage of a loophole that gave them the power to draw up new district lines in favor of their party. The Federalists mocked the most egregious district by illustrating it as a monstrous salamander and tossed Jerry's name on it, and thus gerrymandering was born. This practice became wildly popular throughout history. It undermines voter power and impedes democracy by cherry-picking voters for a desired outcome. Thankfully, it was challenged in 2023 in New York State, and lines had to be redrawn. Next time, we'll talk about how gerrymandering makes representation unfair and directly impacts you.
Support for Buffalo Toronto Public Media's Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from your local Denny's. America's Diner is always open. Denny's salutes Section 6 student athletes, serving you with 18 locations throughout the region.
Randolph, New York, the site for Week 4 in Friday Night Lights. It was a fun one this evening as Newfane pulls away for the 47-13 win over the Randolph Cardinals. Jack Kreuzer and Jim Monis with you on the Villa Maria College postgame show. Villa Maria College, advancing educational opportunity for all of Western New York. Newfane 47 points in this one. Video game numbers coming into it, Jim, and they lived up to all the hype.
Everything we thought we'd see tonight was on display. It was fun to see a playmaker truly establish himself now as Western New York Section 6. This is the player to watch, in my opinion. I haven't seen everybody. You've probably seen a little more than me. But truly, his size, speed, arm strength, and physical ability can carry you as far as you want to go.
What is Chuck Nagel telling his team right now after a 47-19 victory? Was the final after a big-time win for Newfane.
Every coach gets worried that things go right to their head. Are we this good? Are we going to dominate everybody? As a coach, you want everybody to know this is going to be hard. We have some adversity coming. Great game. Let's just celebrate tonight and let's get back to work tomorrow because we have to throw this game out like it didn't happen come Monday.
If we could go over your objectives one more time for Newfane, key number 1 was in Mac we trust.
I think we like how that played out. I think he delivered.
Number 2, D-line test.
Love how that came out, and they showed a wrinkle with Cronkite coming down at nose tackle. Really liked how they put some thought into that this week.
And credit the sophomore Dominic Flaherty, who came in to replace Colin Doxey, the injured captain at defensive end and left tackle. We hope that Doxey is all right. And for the final key, force predictable passes.
And they did. There was nothing coming from that.
So on the flip side, for Randolph, they break the huddle and walk away with their first loss of the season. All 3 of their objectives were not met tonight.
Not met tonight. Tough night. That happens. Like we said, spiraling out of control can happen in football and any sport. And it's important just to throw it out of your mind. You want to study it, self-scout, watch the tape tomorrow. Take something from it. Don't just ignore it, but then you have to move on.
We will step aside on the Villa Maria College post-game show. Villa Maria College, advancing educational opportunity for all of Western New York. When we return, we will have Chuck Nagel, head coach of the Newfane Panthers, and our player of the game, number 11, Matt Capon, will join us right after this on BTPM's Friday Night Lights.
Support for Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from SEI. SEI proudly supports the WNED Foundation, connecting communities through the Friday Night Lights tradition. More information at SEIC.com.
What if your spare change could help protect the public media you love? When you link your Visa or MasterCard at btpm.roundforgood.com, your everyday purchases are rounded up to the nearest dollar. At the end of the month, that change becomes one simple donation to Buffalo Toronto Public Media, fueling public media and strengthening our community. One cup of coffee, one grocery run, one roundup at a time. You're in control. Pause or cancel anytime. It's simple. It adds up. Small change, big impact.
She said this, well, he said that. The truth will come out.
Wondering what the buzz is? What's the hot goss? Whatever it is, we're talking about it on Group Chat, your weekly connection to the unpredictable, weird, and wonderful world of pop culture, from film, theater to food, blockbusters, and beyond. Every week with Tiffany Bentley and her revolving panel of pop culture enthusiasts. Listen to Group Chat on Fridays at 10 a.m. and Saturdays at noon on BTPM NPR.
I'm very excited.
Do you love theater? Can't get enough of Broadway shows? Join Buffalo Toronto Public Media this January in New York City for Just in Time, Operation Mincemeat, Buena Vista Social Club, The Play That Goes Wrong, and The Queen of Versailles. Show tickets, hotel, travel, and select meals are included. Space is limited, so don't delay. January 19th through the 23rd. Visit btpm.org/travel.
Hey, football fans, check out the USA Wheelchair Football League Tournament, presented by Buffalo Toronto Public Media. Cheer on our very own Buffalo Bills as they face off with the Patriots, the Cowboys, the Raiders, and the Browns.
It's picked off!
Head to the Buffalo Toronto Public Media YouTube channel to stream it now.
Listen to Buffalo Toronto Public Media The Bridge wherever you are. Search for the BTPM Listen app on all your devices.
Support for Buffalo Toronto Public Media's Friday Night Lights comes from our members and from Mr. Good Bar, your Elmwood Avenue home for football and more food, beverage, and atmosphere. At 1110 Elmwood Avenue in Buffalo, Mr. Good Bar, home of DJ Crespo's away game viewing parties.
Welcome back to Randolph, where we are joined by the winning head coach for the Newfane Panthers, Chuck Nagel, after a huge 47-19 victory. Our player of the game will join us in just a minute. Take your guesses on who that might be in the YouTube comments. I bet you won't guess. Chuck, after this big win to stay 4-0 halfway through the season, first year in Class D, how are the feelings undefeated through the midway point?
We couldn't be happier. I mean, this is exactly where we wanted to be. You know, new to Class D, we knew that these schools are real tough. So we didn't know exactly what to expect, so we just been repping and working hard all off season, and you know, it's paying off. You know, games like tonight, we came out and everything was working, executing just fine in the first half, and put a lot of points up. Defense did their job, and here we are.
We had a commenter ask, is Mac Capon the GOAT? What do you say?
Matt Capon, I'll tell you what, he's an excellent football player, all right, but I'll tell you what, he's even a better human being, all right? He's a great friend to his teammates, he's a great leader to this program, and right now, yeah, Matt Capon is the GOAT.
There was a lot of subs in the second half. You're up by a lot. How difficult is it to manage play calling with so much time left in the third quarter when you're up by so much?
So obviously, you know, with a big lead, we're worried about injuries. So we want to get some fresh guys in, but we're a 10th through 12th grade program. So a lot of these guys are just played modified football last year. So they come up, there's a big learning curve for them, and I'm sure they're nervous as well. I see that Randolph didn't really sub out many guys, so, you know, they played against the starting defense and offense, and, you know, for what it's worth, I think they held their own.
How long do you sit on this win before it's on to next week?
We're going to enjoy this win tonight. Coaches, we break down film tomorrow. We give the kids the next opponent tomorrow, and that's what we do. We watch film. We'll meet on Monday. We'll lift. We'll critique our game with the boys, and we'll get ready to scout Silver Creek.
There it is. Chuck Nagel, winning head coach with the Newfane Panthers. Now, here's our player of the game, Mac Capon. 6 touchdowns tonight, Mac. What was key mostly in your performance today?
My O-line. Shout out my boys. I got Colin Doxey, Kane Vanetta, Andrew Watts, Josh McCabe, and Levi Henning.
That's impressive. 5 for 5 with the starting offensive lineman, and a quick shout out for the sophomore that came in at left tackle as well later on.
Yes, sir. Dominic Flaherty.
He was terrific tonight. Mac, 6 touchdowns tonight. How long will you enjoy this performance before you forget about it and move on to the next game?
I'll be celebrating with the boys tonight, and then after that, we got to lock in on Silver Creek.
What was the turning point in this game? I know it was early and probably the first quarter. Did you feel like there was a moment that the Panthers felt, we've got this one?
I think right after the first quarter, after we put up, 21, I was like, you know, we keep doing what we're doing, and we're going to come home with the W.
Do you ever get tired?
I do get tired, yes. But, you know, I try to stay in shape during the season, so I don't get too tired.
That's Matt Capon and Chuck Nagel with the Newfane Panthers. Congratulations, guys, on the win.
Thank you very much.
4-0, undefeated at the midway point of the 2025 season. Stick around. On the other side of this break, we'll get scores from around Western New York. A big result in Class C North as Barker Royhart upsets Eden. We'll have the final there as well. Stick around for the Villa Maria College postgame show to wrap up from Randolph, New York.
Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu.
Listen to Buffalo Toronto Public Media The Bridge wherever you are. Search for the BTPM Listen app on all your devices.
The learning and engagement projects from Buffalo Toronto Public Media impact our community by entertaining and informing.
Families are engaged, adults, grandparents.
They reach students and children.
There's something there for everybody.
They provide educators with material that is up to date, that is informative, and that really ignites curiosity in our students that is so crucial to creating lifelong learners.
Or if it's just a really well done piece of content.
Exactly. They're exciting, they're engaging, and they are so educational.
Wow!
But the thing that is so great is their accessibility. You can have a phone, a desktop computer.
Or you find it on your tablet or you find it on television.
And there they are.
Helping families to do what they want to do for their children and for their future here in Western New York. It makes our community a better and stronger place because of it.
Listen to BTPM Classical wherever you are on the BTPM Listen app. Find it in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.
A well-crafted will or estate plan speaks volumes about your hopes and dreams for the future. It also ensures that what you've worked a lifetime for is distributed according to your wishes. As Buffalo Toronto Public Media looks to our future, we would be honored to share your legacy and ensure that quality public broadcasting is here for future generations. Please contact me, Lisa Latrovato, at 716-845-7031 for more information.
Listen to BTPM NPR wherever you are on the BTPM Listen app. Find it in the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.
Brighton Wine and Liquor, located at 930 Brighton Avenue in Tonawanda, features wines from all over the world and expert curators who can help you select the right wine or spirit for your occasion. Brighton Wine and Liquor, 930 Brighton Road in Tonawanda.
Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu.
BTPM NPR's Disabilities Beat promotes awareness and inclusivity, amplifies underrepresented voices, and holds corporations and governments accountable.
What assurance can you offer consumers that these problems won't repeat in New York, and what accountability measures do you have in place?
Hear reports from the Disabilities Beat, hosted by Emily Watkins every Wednesday on BTPM NPR during Morning Edition and All Things Considered. The BTPM Disabilities Beat is funded in part by the Peter and Elizabeth Tower Foundation.
Buffalo Toronto Public Media has new and innovative ways to generate revenue for your business. We have a robust menu of digital features that can help your business grow. Contact Bill Saurer at 716-845-7000.
On to the lights on Friday Night Lights. It is the post-game show presented by Villa Maria College. Jack Kreuzer and Jim Monis with you. 47-19, Newfane beats Randolph on the road. The Panthers remain undefeated. McKay, great head on his shoulders with 6 touchdowns, and he had just a terrific interview. I thought just such a class act is number 11 in white tonight.
Complete offensive effort starting with Capin, but every player got involved on offense. You couldn't be happier as a coach to see the amount of different players contributing to take pressure off Capin as the season moves forward.
Moving ahead, next week, Newfane has Silver Creek Forestville on the road. That should be a tough tattle. Silver Creek combining with Forestville, they've got a tough defense this year, but it's going to take a lot to stop Matt Capin on the ground. Do you think that's the way to beat Newfane, is just take away their rushing attack?
I think you have to start with that, and I don't know, that's easier said than done, but you have to at least attempt to slow him down, because otherwise I don't know how you're going to stop throwing the ball if he can't stop him running the ball.
Next week on Friday Night Lights, we've got a good one in Class C North. Medina and Eden North Collins. Should be a great battle between two teams that, again, are battling for the top spot within their division. I've just loved the way that the schedule is rolled out each week. We've got teams fighting to remain above one another, and next week will be no different, with Eden looking to bounce back after a tough loss on the road at Barker Royhart, 50-24, the final that Eden loses their first game of the season. Medina lost last week. This should be a great test for both a great quarterback and a great running back for Medina in Christian Moss.
No question. And I want to follow Randolph too next week. Let's see how a team bounces back. It's hard getting beat up like that at home. Let's see how you respond, and that says a lot about your character and toughness too.
It's going to be a tough week for first-year head coach Nate Armella, who faces a loss for the first time since taking over this program. He's certainly been a part of many losses under Brent Brown as the defensive coordinator over the last 12 years. But for Armella and his staff, using this loss as a motivation tactic to help Randolph before their game next week here at home against Franklinville, Ellicottville. The rest of the way for Randolph, they're all league games. And like we said, Jim, about Class AA, there's a ton of storylines throughout the regular season. It's 8 weeks. It's long. It's the first quarter of your scholastic year as well. Nothing really matters in the first 8 weeks aside from seeding for the playoffs. And in the top seed in Class AA gets a bye. There's 8 teams in Class D. All of them will make the playoffs. So while this result is, it stands out for Newfane as such a big win, and it may help them get an extra home game in the playoffs, Randolph can learn from this game and bounce back stronger and just grow toward November. This game won't hurt them in the long run if they learn from it.
That's the key, is learn. Can you take something from it? You wake up tomorrow, you do your same routine. You watch the tape, self-scout. It's hard, it's ugly. Watch it, take some positives. Take as many positives as you can. Talk to the team. Talk about Alex Garland. Highlight him in front of the team and show, hey, guys, ugly night, but look at Alex Garland. Look what he did. And Ken Jackson Morrison moving forward. Is he good enough throwing the football for them to beat teams if they're behind? Can he bring them back throwing the football?
Should be interesting to follow these two teams in Class D. Perhaps we'll see one of them again later on in the regular season or the playoffs. Flex scheduling after next week on Friday Night Lights, week 6 through 8 of the regular season, all the way to the sectional championship game at Highmark Stadium. We will be flexing, so we'll get great matchups for you starting week 6, and week 5 is no doubt the same. The bus is about to leave for Newfane after a nice win. 2.5 hours later, they'll arrive home and get a nice rest. Victorious tonight are the Newfane Panthers, 47-19. The final for Newfane. One more timeout, and we'll come back and wrap things up from Randolph, New York. This is Friday Night Lights and the postgame show presented by Villa Maria College, advancing educational opportunity for all of Western New York.
Visit Villa Maria College and discover what it means to be a Viking. Come see the energy, teamwork, and pride that makes the Villa Vikings unstoppable. Schedule your tour at visit.villa.edu.
BTPM NPR's Disabilities Beat promotes awareness and inclusivity, amplifies underrepresented voices, and holds corporations and governments accountable.
What assurance can you offer consumers that these problems won't repeat in New York, and what accountability measures do you have in place?
Hear reports from the Disabilities Beat, hosted by Emily Watkins every Wednesday on BTPM NPR during Morning Edition and All Things Considered. The BTPM Disabilities Beat is funded in part by the Peter and Elizabeth Tower Foundation.
Buffalo Toronto Public Media has new and innovative ways to generate revenue for your business. We have a robust menu of digital features that can help your business grow. Contact Bill Saurer at 716-845-7000.
Final segment on the Villa Maria College postgame show of Friday Night Lights. Villa Maria College advancing educational opportunity for all of Western New York. 47-19, Newfane defeats Randolph. Jim, let's hear kind of a hockey thing here, but let's get your 3 stars of tonight's game. We know that we already had our player of the game on for our postgame interview. Our first star, clearly, Matt Capon.
Yeah, we've gone on and on. We've hit all the adjectives tonight on him. He's done it, high level, dominated the game, what superstar quarterback does.
6 touchdowns for Capon, a clear performance that will cement him in the top of many lists after this week. Our second star from the Randolph Cardinals, who do you say?
I like Alex Garland. I think he's given them some hope. He showed big playability. He showed toughness inside the tackles, he's making plays out of nothing. He has ability, and he's running away from guys in the open field. Find a way to get him the ball.
Garland with 2 of the 3 touchdowns for Randolph tonight, giving them some life at the end of the first half and at the end, both of them at the end of the first half, and the third star for tonight's game.
We'll go back to Newfane since they won. They get 2. Aiden Cronkite. Love the way he was mixing things up on defense at linebacker, shooting down right before the snap at nose to muddy things up, get dirty in there, making tackles. Other players made tackles based on his ability to confuse the offense. I just thought that was a nice wrinkle for Newfane.
That's your final, 47-19. Newfane defeats Randolph. We invite you to join us next week for Eden North Collins hosting Medina in a C-North divisional battle. For all of your news and information on high school sports, follow BTPM Local Sports on Instagram, Twitter, X, and Facebook. This is Jack Kreuzer saying till next time, I bid you adieu.